Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right,
I got my
cameras
product
are
placement.
up. I have to adjust something. The cameras are up.
Oh, hey!
Hello.
The cameras are on. We gotta
Are the mics on?
I don't know. I gotta
Yes.
check sound and stuff. So, you know.
I mean, that was a valid question.
Yeah.
I'm just organizing my 7 dice.
Yes, we're a little
I don't
late, so
have
you know, whatever.
excessive dice or anything.
Jason didn't think that the DM should be in the picture.
Where's
so
my new
fix that.
lucky dice?
Yeah, back here.
Yeah.
Yay!
Okay.
Hi everybody, welcome to an
Totally
all-new session of
prepare ourselves now.
D&D's
Woo!
Yeah.
regular back to our scheduled programming.
We'll be right back. Okay.
I
Anyway.
missed you guys and then I thought I was going to die. But I'm back.
I'm glad you didn't die.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
They don't sponsor us, but shout out to the Cluckin since we were mentioning it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you are in the DFW area, you
There's
should.
a restaurant called The Cluckin'. You need to go there.
Two friends of mine went there.
It is kosher and halal.
Two friends of mine went there after I said this is like some of the best chicken in Dallas.
Yeah.
And they actually replied back when I posted the picture like, those were some damn good wings.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And their chicken tendies and the
Oh my
chicken
God.
sandwiches.
Their
Oh.
chicken tendies are so juicy.
I
Yeah.
always feel like
Yeah.
She looked around like, I don't mind you
because
touching
we all
me.
discovered it together.
We did, yeah.
We
Yeah.
feel like an unfair sense of
Like, I need
ownership.
to go back
Yeah.
there so I can get some
I was part of
tendies.
that.
Right.
And the owner's super nice and the food.
I straight up, I might go there because I'm kind of craving some wings.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yes.
Throwing everyone's
so,
trash away.
Yes, welcome. And we're going to start with Jason.
Oh, yeah, the JTX Industries is very proud to introduce. I wasn't going to do this, but hey, y'all demanded it. So our latest product for you D&D players out there, custom dice trays. Yes, we make all of these in-house. through
Made out of garbage.
Lots of, no, what? Excuse me. These are made with the finest artists that we can find. This one is, if you're a Transformers fan like I am, you can have this one right here. And look at that. They roll perfectly. Look at that. That is a natural 20 right there. This, not only are these custom-made artistic trays available right now for the low, low price of $69.99.
Nice.
Yeah, I know,
Nice
right?
number.
And you know, I will guarantee that 80% of your rolls will be natural 20s with our custom dice
Did you
trays.
say 80% of your holes?
Yes, 80%. 80% of your rolls will be natural 20s. How can I guarantee that? I can't. Buy one and find out. Thank you very much. JTX Industries. Another amazing product.
Does I do believe that you're pursuing a sustainability initiative. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. Why?
Recycled materials.
Exactly. You wouldn't believe how many of these I just have sitting around.
If you don't buy this product, you're a bad person.
And if you get tired of our custom dice trays, recyclable. We are thinking about the environment here at JTX Industries.
Not that you will get tired of it.
Now, do we get to choose our own design for these dice trays, or is it whatever is available?
It may, the character selection might be limited at this point.
Can we send in our own recycled materials to be made into a dice tray?
Well, you know, that is something that we were going to announce in Q2. But you know what? Since he got it out of us, yes, send us your own material.
5
We
months
will
from now.
make them into our custom fabrication facility. We'll make them into custom dice trays.
Oh.
You won't be disappointed. I guarantee it.
JTX Industries, what are you going to do next?
I know. I have no idea. Actually,
Nobody knows.
If a worldwide multi-billion-dollar company can have the motto "move fast and break stuff," we don't have to know what we're doing.
That's fair.
Which one is that?
That's Facebook.
That's Facebook? Move
Yeah.
fast and break stuff?
Yeah.
yes, we're actually looking for enough money to buy Twitter when it goes up for sale next year.
Oh, I
For
think we-
$8.
Yeah, $7 more.
When y'all complain about censorship then, ooh boy, I'm going to be finding people. Don't even talk about me on Twitter. I don't like Jason's hair. Ban that mother.
How would that be different?
Use the wrong tense of a verb. Banned.
It's your apostrophe mother. Ban. Oh,
Actually, it was Frankenstein's monster. Ban.
Exactly.
oh, that's a problem right there.
Dr. Frankenstein isn't in this scene.
Yeah.
I mean, we do know that Frankenstein is the monster.
Frankenstein is the monster. Because he's a bad person.
Yeah.
Oh.
The
Creature is a good
I was
The
like,
creature
No, they're right.
the creature
No, I
had
got it.
all the room to be a better person
We
and
like-
wanted to, but like
Yeah.
humanity.
Dr.
So
Frankenstein.
DM,
sucks.
were we supposed to do introduction
Cool. He
before we did
didn't,
the
he didn't even become a doctor. He's a dropout.
Yeah.
Were you
Now
telling
we're
me?
gonna introduction.
Were you telling me to start and say my name and not the freaking product?
Let's say yes. That was your fuck up. You fucked it up.
Life
did
is
bad.
hard.
Definitely not something that I did.
Well, Jason, I don't think you've talked enough. What is your name and character?
Hi, I'm Jason X. I play Alabroth Jarud, a dragonborn cleric.
My name's Mia. I play Ronnie. He's a ranger. Sorry if my voice is a little weird today.
It's a little sexy, though.
Oh, thank you.
Sexy. Hello! Speaking of sexy voices, I'm Octavia. I'm a high elf monk, and my name is Cass.
Hi, I'm Christian. I play Azra, the Human Wizard.
Human.
Human.
Human,
Oh
H-O-O.
my god, he's been watching
M-O.
Adventure Time.
Man.
of course.
Who man?
Man, master of the universe.
Hi, I'm Cora, and I play Branna, the Asimar rogue.
Also, if you did not tune in last week for Cora's
Absolutely
ridiculous
bonkers.
one, it was so
Real weird.
ridiculously awesome.
We did a high school AU one shot.
Oh my goodness.
Turns out Octavia could probably get along in high school. She's like, she
I
can
was
actually
just
do
thinking,
it.
like, is Octavia more mature now?
No, but she's more comfortable in that environment.
That was completely awesome. So yes,
And
check it out.
we all discovered that in a high school environment, we all become the bullies.
Yeah.
Almost immediately.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
you.
mean, we are the cool kids. So
No.
Is that what we
We
established?
were
Ronnie
totally the
was
cool
bully.
kids.
No, Liz was the cool kid.
Yes.
This was the cool kid.
Yeah.
I don't feel like Ronnie.
She has a
was
Z in her
bully.
name.
I feel like Ronnie.
If you have a Z in your name, you're cool.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, my fever broke, I think, Sunday. I got sick, you guys.
Yeah, I texted her and I just got back gibberish.
sent her
Fever
a
dreams are a
picture.
motherfucker.
I sent her a picture at one point of the Kleenex that I'd acquired in the last hour, and it was like this small mountain.
It was like her cat and the Kleenex, and it was the same size.
And she's actually
She's
still
got a
sick,
big
but we're here to
cat, too.
administer the cure,
Yes.
which is
More
Cure.
D&D.
that's right.
I mean, like, I'm still, like, I'm out of, we did everything safely, and I'm out of the windows and stuff, and I still only feel like I'm 40%, and it says something, and I was like, sure, D&D,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Kat.
She's the DM.
I do all the other ones.
List them all.
Ember.
Whose camera actually looks a lot better this week.
Okay.
Yes.
That's it.
Come to find out, this
Today-
world is secretly populated all by Ember. It is just a master of disguises.
Is the auto tracking off your camera?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know, but
I
probably
think
no.
it's
I'm not gonna
Okay,
be that
anyway.
important today. So, Cass, give us a recap.
I think you mean the recast.
No,
Yes!
I did not mean the recap.
All right. Snow falls on the strong guys as Fantastic Sam's potions, affections, and magical treatments pulls up, full of absolute garbage. Some members of our party bought some wares, and we moved on. As we go,
Garbage that you bought. That is
garbage that we definitely
I mean,
we did
he
buy.
had good soap.
He did have good soap. As we go, the king points out that it's maybe not a good idea to have someone that has not ever experienced being charmed, and commands Azra to cast suggestion on Octavia. Azra does, and makes Octavia create a snow dunce cap, and then we have a proper snow fight. We're going to Crossroads. We ran into Joseph, who's my friend. Had a nice conversation. We went to the
his name was definitely always Joseph.
100%. Went to the Order of the Hestral Dawn little outpost in the town, and we got some information and some study books for Octavia. Then we went to the Wailing Caves, which is lovely this time of year. And we run into the Banshees that were obviously always going to be there.
We did everything we could to try to go around.
100%
we?
always going to be there. Narrowly defeating them, we move on to Trigon.
Yeah, there was a bunch of, like, just, they went down. In between that fight and the
Okay.
fight before that, you guys just, like...
Yeah.
Can you imagine fighting enemies that can one-shot you with the saving throw would actually be a pretty difficult encounter?
That was a rough fight.
Yeah, but I also almost fell off a cliff.
I don't
always
think
supposed to be
they're
hard.
real, he said.
Look,
It's just a story.
That's
he
just
said.
a story,
I
he
did
said.
I did a ton of
in
healing.
Branna's defense, he was 5.
Is he 5 now?
I don't believe they exist.
Exactly.
It's very much that vibe. And Branna, in Branna's defense, had no reason to think they were real. They don't usually hang out there, and they don't usually go that way.
Yeah.
But they have to because of geographical.
He 100% earned the head swats that he got from every character.
So,
And then broken and bloody, we just showed up at your family's doorstep. What's up?
Branna removed their mask. Yeah.
Yeah, I removed it when we got closer to the house, just in case there were townsfolk. I don't want them to see.
Yeah. It reminds me later, we're going to work out a mechanic for how long you wear it
Yeah.
and some rolls.
Yeah.
Which I think you want to do.
Some nice rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Make a nature check to see if there are squirrels. That kind of roll, right?
Is sanity and nature the same thing?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, BM, thank you for putting plot armor in there as a cantrip.
What?
Thank you for putting plot armor in
No,
there.
that's going to change. That's going to change.
Well,
I was supposed to tell you guys that. Yeah, I'm trying to program plot armor to work. I don't mind it being a cantrip, except you can't use it more than once. And Ronnie, turns out, wasn't supposed to have detect magic at will.
Oh!
That was a holdover from the magic item.
these are mistakes that we are not upset about at all. Just saying. Just throwing it out there.
I'm not nerfing anybody's character, but your character might be nerfed a little bit if I put in magic items wrong.
Yeah. Well, and it does make very little difference in how Ronnie has used that spell, because he's
Yeah.
only ever used it one time.
I mean, if it was something Ronnie relied on, then we'd find a way to incorporate it, but it's only been a couple times. Anyway,
Yeah.
so you guys got to Branna's house. I think it is evening.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's nighttime.
It's evening.
And I'm going to look at Saoirse and Kieran.
I don't remember I wrote down the pronunciation.
That sounds
Saoirse's
like...
correct.
Yeah, Saoirse's correct.
Yeah.
I don't know if the names were right.
Yeah.
Like all
I
this
got it right
little
here.
long rest.
Yes, this is
I'm actually okay. I'm like half health, and I've spent
Kian.
several, but
Kian.
not even half my spell slots.
I ruin everything from our one shot, so nothing's the same. So,
Oh, gotcha.
It's not
I figured we were going to like crash.
Spoiler alert, there's not going to be an ambush at Branna's house.
not
I mean,
one that you can
maybe just
survive.
for Branna.
No.
From my family,
The
maybe.
worst,
Yeah.
the worst kind. Hey, been away a while. Here's me and my beat the hell out of friends
Yeah.
bleeding on your doorstep.
Roll a Constitution save to see if you can keep this food
You
down.
were there for a couple weeks, or you were kind of wandering around on your own for like a couple weeks. So it's
Yeah.
been about 7 weeks. So
It's been about 2 months-ish.
yeah. So anyway, Saoirse had opened the door and said, "My baby boy," and they had a hug. And we're gonna pick up right
Nothing.
right there.
Yep.
And she holds on for a minute.
And-
And it's private.
Branna is also holding her and, like, trying not to cry. Doing that thing where you're trying not to cry, but you're still crying.
I think they're related.
Yes. They do look a lot alike. Except for the colors.
You know, that's racist. They always say you can't say they all look alike.
I didn't say they all look alike. I said they look a lot alike.
Oh, okay.
He's
Thank you for
Ma? Is he?
She doesn't let go yet.
Yeah, it's just like, okay. he'll hug.
You feel like sniffles. But it's just too professional to get like snot on your clothes. But like after another like you do the let go thing probably.
Yeah, like
times.
yeah, it's like a
After a couple of those, finally she's a little bit shorter than you. She's a little bit like a little pleasantly mom plump. And I don't know if you actually like tracked how much taller you are than you used to be. And you hear in the background kind of your dad being like, Saoirse? And after a minute, he shows up around the corner and you still have your mom and you kind of wave and he's not quite as emotive, but he comes over and he's, make an insight check for me.
see if you're in trouble. Where are you? You said insight?
Mm-hmm.
14?
So, like, a lot of boys in the world don't always know how their dads feel about them. And, like, you know that your dad loves you, but you would swear you saw a little bit, like, a spark of, like, pride, almost, that you just kind of did your own thing. And, I don't know if Branna has any insecurities about, like, their gender and stuff, but it feels very affirming in a way that your dad is just kind of proud of you for getting up and leaving. And also a little bit mad.
Yeah. No, I am expecting, like, once everyone goes to bed that he's going to give a talk to. Whether we RP that out or not, like, it's going to happen.
Yeah, that makes sense. But he comes over, your dad had he went and he did fight for a little bit in the war, and he had a leg injury. He has a very slight limp. But he comes up and he gives you a brief hug and kind of pulls your mom back a little and was like, apparently, we have guests, I guess.
Hello! How are you?
These are my traveling companions. This is Alibroth.
Your mom, like, like, kind of looks around, grabs a handkerchief she keeps nearby, and kind of blows her nose off to the side, and then she goes, hello.
This is Ronnie.
Ronnie, the dad goes to shake your hand.
This is Octavia.
Very
Ma'am?
friendly.
This is Azra.
Oh,
And I don't remember what name we.
same firm handshake.
What name did we have for the king? Did we ever come up with a name?
Oh, yeah, we never had an
King
alias.
steps forward and he
Lord, hold on. Lord Ontalon was his disguise name.
Oh,
And this is Lord
remembered
Altaban.
And he comes up and he goes, howdy, y'all. Kind of
Amazing.
glances over a little bit like, howdy. Yes. These are your parents.
Aye, this is my mom and my dad.
Cool. Yo.
Uh,
Uh,
I think I caught your name was Saoirse, and your name? Looking to the dad.
It's Saoirse.
Saoirse?
And Kian. And that's her mom, or his mom. Says Saoirse, and this is my husband, Kian.
Is sister home?
Sorry?
It-
She's out. You remember the O'Malley boy?
Oh, aye, yeah.
Yeah, his sister came back from university and she's grown into quite the young lady.
Oh.
I don't know what Branna thought,
Yeah, he's happy for her.
but was like, she's and Saoirse goes, yes, we thought she was going for the young men. And it turns out, no, I mean, when you like everything and nothing. It's a little confusing sometimes, but they seem to have hit it off quite well.
Oh yeah, she's always been one to never do what you think she's going to.
Are we all still outside?
Yeah, we're just standing in the
Yeah.
And so it should probably be home.
Gone visibly miserable.
Yeah.
Is it alright if we come in?
Of course. And they come in.
Oh, thank you so much.
Ronnie, no, Broth's just like...
There's also this guy, Patrick. He's kind of like an apprentice. He helps mostly with that and with fabrics and stuff. And Saoirse goes, we were eating late. It's winter. I decided they probably do wool in the winter and flax through the summer.
Yeah.
And so they tend to eat pretty late. And they said, we haven't eaten yet. Are you hungry?
Always.
I
could eat.
Cool. Yes. Yes.
It was-
Patrick, will you help me in the kitchen? And your dad is the main cook. And so they disappear. And you guys look around. It's one of the bigger houses in the area. You probably don't know that yet, though. It's a lovely 2-story thing. They actually lead you upstairs where all the sitting room and stuff is, because drying flax and dragging it around and filling tubs and all that happens on the base floor.
So is there a fire somewhere?
There's upstairs.
Wherever the fire is, Albrock just goes and just like plops. Oh.
As you guys walk downstairs, it's a little bit dark. It's kind of a weird setup. The staircase is like right inside the door. But Ronnie, make a perception check.
I think
So
Azra
there are a
joins
bunch
you
of
next to the fire.
tubs. So there are a bunch of tubs downstairs.
You don't know that.
the light.
We came in upstairs.
There's no candlelight.
It's dark.
Oh,
downstairs.
okay.
21.
With a 21, Ronnie notices, because Ronnie was looking for them specifically, yes, there are several very large metal tubs that usually in the summer they're kind of stacked against the wall. You have dark vision now.
No, you haven't.
Right.
You haven't walked me through that yet.
So this would probably be the first time, like, you know how, like, you don't try and look around in the dark that much? Humans don't try and, like, do that often. It's probably the first little flicker you get that you're like, wait.
Oh, I can see that.
I can see that. And it's not, like, all the way, but you do think it would be a little bit hard to see normally. And then anybody who's paying attention to Ronnie, I'll let you guys determine. Probably not Branna in this moment. You can make a perception check.
I'm not paying attention to Ronnie. I am looking for any exits, any windows that could be broken into, anything that could be unsafe.
That's a clusterfuck for that. The security's not a high priority.
Okay.
So there's a lot of windows.
Windows. Okay.
You can't
Downstairs.
really see much out the windows. They do have curtains, which helps some
Okay.
because flax can get bleached.
Okay.
And so can wool. So light is pretty important
Do I,
throughout.
do I see another door besides the front one?
You don't see that, but there's a lot of it that you can't see based on where the staircase is.
Okay.
But when you go upstairs, you feel like it would be not impossible for somebody to scale it, but it wouldn't be easy. It's
Okay.
kind of like, it's not brick, it's like reinforced hardwood.
Yeah.
So with vertical slats, it would be pretty hard to scale.
Yeah.
It's got a log cabin vibe to it, and the second you guys go upstairs, it feels very warm and homey, and it has settled into like that silence of like snowing, because it's snowing pretty hard, so that helps a little bit. You feel like you could hear people walk around. Make a perception check for me. And then anybody make one for Ronnie, or no? Do you think you're not paying attention?
Al's concern is the fire
Okay.
and like slowly thawing out.
22.
After a minute, you hear some crunching noises, and you're like, what the and then you hear a door somewhere else, and Patrick comes in with an armload of fire, so you know there's another exit somewhere.
Okay.
Armload of wood. The fire will be hard to carry.
Yeah.
I mean, she
Do,
can.
do I at least notice that Octavia is casing the place, like, security-wise?
I think you probably do, but you probably also know why. I want to know your two passive perceptions.
It's probably like a 12. Let me double check for sure.
Passive perception.
It's perception, wisdom? It is,
Yes.
isn't it?
Oh,
So,
yeah, wisdom. It's 15.
Mine would be a 12, yeah.
Oh, passive wisdom. Oh,
No.
I have perception and insight. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
perception.
passive. I was asking.
15.
what it's
Yeah, it
based
says
off of.
passive whiz, open parentheses,
Yes.
The
perception, close
15, you
parentheses.
think you see
Which
like
is clear and easy to read.
a familiar looking like little glint off of Ronnie's eyes that looks a little bit like Dragonborn have that cat kind of thing.
What's going on with you?
Hmm?
What are you looking at?
Nothing.
Oh.
I did see that we've got the big tubs that we can take baths in. Assuming that this family is so kind as to let
I
us
think I could
stay.
fit in that. I think I could fit in that one. Is there one that clearly could be big enough?
There's multiple that you could definitely fit into. If they
How do we talk these people into allowing us to use their...
I don't know. I think we definitely give them time to like talk to their.
I feel a shed coming on.
Huh?
I feel a shed coming on. Oh, the dryness. It's very
I
dry.
don't remember who, and I don't
You
remember
shed.
why.
You shed like a snake.
Uh,
Also,
Like
what are you
your whole
talking?
skin.
Doing so concerned with what he's looking at.
Because it's a bath, Octavia. An actual bath with warm water and soap.
I
to
understand.
clean
Yes,
this-
it's wonderful baths are wonderful,
We-
but you talking specifically to Ronnie about it.
Well, Ronnie noticed the tubs over there.
Saoirse's like, food first, and then
Yeah.
yes, baths.
I immediately start going towards where we're at. And we haven't had a proper meeting, ma'am. It's a pleasure to meet you. I hear there's food.
They have pretty good store. They have jerky and stuff, and there's always some like, they do a few big trips to the market, and their house is like one of the bigger houses. So yeah, they're able to in just a few minutes. They got some dried fruit and stuff to just supplement what they were having, which was fucking haggis probably, and
That's more Scottish though. Well, I guess it doesn't
it
really
is
matter.
more Scottish.
Al would probably just eat that up right up.
I was thinking wool and sheep.
Yeah,
Sheep,
yeah.
And I feel like they got to haggis.
Yeah, yeah.
If there's haggis, Al would be like, "You put it all in a stomach?
Oh, there's
What a
probably,
delicacy.
Like, there's probably plenty of sausages and stuff like that too, though. 'cause
Sausages,
intestines.
there's pretty good, decent array of food, and your family kind of prides themselves on being good hosts. A lot of people showed up ever since you were a baby from the village to beg you for various favors, which you just loved. And loved. So it's not the first time that people have shown up because of you. Kind of late-ish. And it works out quite a spread. And Patrick kind of like stuffs his face. He's a cute looking boy. He's probably like 19, and he's got like a ton of freckles, and of course he's a redhead, and he's a little short and slight, but he's cute. And a little bit like if what's his face from Harry Potter was hotter.
Rupert Grint.
Yes. But he stuffs his face really fast, and then he
Obviously.
disappears. And
So you
you've
mean
known
Rupert
Patrick
Grint
for a
today?
long time. It doesn't throw you, and you hear him crunching around outside. God knows what he's doing. And then you start hearing the front door as somebody starts bringing in big tubs of snow. Yeah.
Alabar probably asked for a description on what haggis is.
They explain pretty. They're like, well, it's not for not everyone loves it. It's some sheep intestine,
Go on.
and they don't usually let me get this far. Stuffed with organs of sheep and a couple of
Do tell.
pigs and some other.
That sounds delightful. Would anyone else like some of the haggis?
Her face opens up. This is a delicacy, and they're pretty happy with it. And the mom's like, I love it. I think it's so delicious. It's an acquired taste for many, but yes.
I would love to try this dish.
Branna's gonna lean over
Would everyone like some? I would.
I will try some as well. Yes.
Branna's gonna lean over to you. I think you've made my mother's entire lifetime just saying that.
Oh, did you hear this dish that she's describing? It's good.
I mean,
they're using all of the sheep inside of and cooking it in a stomach. Who would have thought of something this delicious?
I grew up with it.
Then you would know. Yes. Please, yes. I would love to partake in this delicacy of yours.
After the first, she serves all of you, and the dad keeps bringing in more and more food. And after the first round, she's like, everybody, just go on. There's plenty to be had. And she's got a little flush on her cheek. She's so happy.
Al probably drops and 2 drops just of tears just roll down his face after the first bite. Like, this is so good. And then just tries to maintain table manners and actually and not just like jaw distended.
It reminds you a tiny bit in a weird way of your home, because the one thing you always had was plenty of food. The food is a huge priority to Dragonborn, and just mountains as much as you want, and you kind of catch her with your passive perception just kind of smiling every time you go back, and so you feel free to eat.
Ronnie, you have to try this.
Okay.
Please, yes. Octavia, please, you have to try the
Octavia's going
haggis.
in.
Yes.
Yeah.
The organs, the heart, the intestines, all of that inside
Also,
of the
anything
stomach.
with potatoes. Octavia's
Azra,
going in
please,
for.
you've got to try the haggis.
Of course.
Little Irish town.
Yeah, of course not.
Why would
There's
Did Vayer take them?
There's mashed potatoes and baked potatoes, and kind of like a hash brown thing. Your dad is very proficient and loves potatoes himself, so.
So Al is warm and his belly is full again. So this is pretty much all he needs to be happy.
The king eats heartily. Being a dwarf, he probably actually has had this. He's traveled around a lot, and he's like, at one point he goes, "This is better in a snake in a snake place." Never mind. So good.
Absolutely nailing it, sir. Thank you.
So then Kian comes in. He's got a healthy appetite. Actually, the whole family does. And he has this kind of mountain of a plate, and he speaks with he's a pretty good host, but his mouth is definitely full. And he's like, "So, how'd you all meet?"
Do we all look like a bag of hammered asses at the table?
Yeah.
I'm less than a third.
Eating doesn't give you HP back.
No, we probably some of us probably have dried blood.
You get a short rest over the period, but yeah, you still look pretty rough.
Branna kind of like, well, we met each other in the same town, and they gave me a bit of a helping hand, and I gave them a bit of a helping hand, and well, through their circumstances, we started traveling around together.
Your dad goes, "Helping hand with what?"
You're being far too modest. Did you know that she stabbed he stabbed a siren with one blow, felled it.
You're, make another insight check.
Your son's
I would like to do the same.
Your son's brutality is immeasurable. In the shadows, invisible, all of a sudden, ha! There with the knives.
I would also like to make
Truly,
yes.
truly, and
Yes.
impressive to see.
15.
You very unexpectedly see your mom lean forward. And it occurs to you, it does to many of us in our early adulthood, that you don't know that much about what they used to do. But your mom definitely leans forward and goes, "In one blow."
One blow. Impressive to watch.
A siren?
He's eating.
Oh, that's not all. There's plenty of things that he has just simply murdered with little to no effort. You should be very proud of him.
What did the other insight checks do?
I got 12.
Oh, not much higher. 13.
You are more fixated on.
I'm struggling to come up with how I misinterpret this really badly because I rolled an at one.
Oh, okay.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah.
You just like. I think with the nat one, what you see is the leaning forward, and you're like, of course, like moms and kids.
Moms are interested in
Branna, you're being far too modest. Please elaborate on some of your victories.
Did we get anything off of it?
You guys got them that Saoirse had leaned forward, but you don't quite catch her initial reaction. What you catch is she kind of tears up, and you're not 100% sure, like, why, like, the emotions behind that.
Oh, and those banshees on the cliffs back there.
Everybody-
Not going to be much of a problem anymore.
Everybody make a perception check.
15.
25.
18 if you didn't catch me.
There's two things I'm good at.
18.
13.
Only Octavia, for a second, like, you stiffen because you hear multiple. You've gotten used to the rhythm, and kind of Patrick is dragging in tubfuls of whatever, and you hear the door, but he should still be outside. And the rest of you don't quite catch it with that. And all of a sudden, out of kind of the top of the staircase, you hear, "So you learned how to fight, apparently." And you turn around and your sister's standing leaning against the door jamb, kind of looking weirdly, like, smug.
Hi.
Octavia's just gonna stand up from the table real quick and then.
Branna's gonna actually like get up and he's gonna run at her and like hug her immediately.
She actually, like, poses up, and when you get close, she kind of grabs you fireman style and spins you around with your butt over her shoulder and kind of smacks you real good and then puts you down. And it's like, you survived, I guess.
Uh-huh. You survived. Well, I mean, of course you survived. You've been here.
My date was brutal. She's just, I thought she would be learning more.
The O'Malley girl?
She kind of shoots a look at her parents and is like,
Sister.
their mouths have not gotten quiet with the eating, I guess. Yes.
Technically, this was before we started eating. These are my traveling companions, my new friends. And he introduces all of you to her. This is my sister.
Shakes all of your hands, but with that kind of awkwardness, and she makes it to you and roll a perception check out.
Yeah, there we go. 10.
You notice
Roll
the
her with your bonus.
That was with the bonus.
Oh.
I only have a +2 to perception. It's not great.
Not perceiving
We
things.
can't
you
roll higher
notice
than
that
eight.
ours kind of, but that happens with everyone, and so
Mm-hmm.
you don't necessarily track why. And she doesn't say anything. She's like, looks back at Branna after a second, and she's like, rapscallions, all I take it.
Oh no, they're. It's like I'm the only one that's a rapscallion, technically.
Think.
Do we get to know the name?
I don't remember my sister's name. Bridget. This is Bridget. Bridget.
She's still kind of looking at Ezra, and she goes, "You know, not everyone comes away with a souvenir."
Subtle cast detect thoughts.
Oh, okay.
Does it have some sort of
Surface
souvenir?
is no roll, so
Mm-hmm.
Like from a trip?
does subtle cast have a roll or
I
no?
guess maybe
It doesn't.
No, I have to spend one of my 2 sorcery points per day.
They have
In-
some sort of.
Her head
Gift
at
shop.
the surface level, you get kicked out of the university. I take it, I guess. Weird. I mean, I guess they have all the rules. O'Malley couldn't really hang.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Mark, this is weird. And that's it for the surface. Do you try and dig deeper?
No, I think that's all I need.
Yeah.
How do I respond to that? How would I respond to that?
When you don't immediately respond,
Yeah.
she's I mean, I guess you can sit on the surface. She does kind of turn away from it, the thought, like, weird
Yeah.
anyway, but definitely track something. And, after a minute, Keen's like, he tracked it, but he doesn't know what any of it means, and he's like, I'm going to go see about the water. What you know is that there's like your dad has a ring. It's pretty common practice for people who are kind of upstanding to purchase like a spell storing kind of ring that has like a single spell that would help them dramatically. Your dad has like a heat metal ring to help with heating water for heating the flax and for all of that. So he's going downstairs to make the baths.
Do you require any help, sir?
Yeah.
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because we would be more than willing to assist in any means possible.
He's like, there.
Like, we're standing probably by now.
By that point, then he's like, yes, I have some room separators that might make you guys more comfortable. I don't know.
We can go fetch them.
Yes, that's what.
Let us know there.
Point us in the direction.
Okay, and he points you towards your like shed.
Like, we probably heard. Like,
Yeah, so you guys go.
get them.
Patrick has filled each like enough for 2 of you. It's probably going to take a couple, but the tubs are just overflowing with snow. And your dad goes and puts the ring against the side, and it starts to melt really fast as the metal heats up. And he points you in the direction of the shed, which is just behind the house because it snows pretty often. I think. Yes, anyway. And, yeah, you go get, like, the room dividers, and he's like,
Ronnie's behind me as I act like a snowplow. Clearing the way.
That's probably enough for 3 at a time to do with the room dividers. And he goes, you'll have to take turns.
That's fine.
Okay, well, I'll let you all decide.
Oh, well, everyone will be fine going after me.
I'm assuming you're gonna get your own bath because I'm not bathing after you.
No.
What if they clean out the water? If they
Yeah,
refresh it?
definitely can refresh the water, but
Yep. Not that kind of wizard.
Yeah, I'm gonna claim the second bath.
Yeah.
okay.
There's more than
I'll
one
just
bath.
sit. Clank, 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 clank.
He doesn't light everything all the way up, so it's kind of a nice little like moody candle light, whatever. And yeah, there's 3 different baths, and the king is like still eating, so you guys are fully comfortable. I don't know who goes first.
If it's big enough, Al sinks down to where it's just like the top of his head, like a crocodile sitting under the water.
It's
Just
maybe one of the bigger bathtubs you've ever been in, because they dry a lot of flax. It's not super deep, but it's super long and wide.
probably looks like a crocodile on the water. Just the eyes and blinking every now and then.
It's kind of crazy. It's like a little bit of snow on top, but the water's really warm at the same time, kind of warming from the outside in. So it's both refreshingly cool and whatever. And
Little
warm.
bubbles blow.
And Kian goes upstairs and he comes back down a few minutes later and throws like soap in all the tubs.
No hand comes up, but the soap just goes down.
Yeah, Ronnie's gonna take the bath next to Alabroth and just drop everything straight into the bath
Just like-
immediately.
There's something about like when your hair is all like matted and stuff that
Just-
loosening of your curls and it feels really, really refreshing and you're just like
Yeah, no, he already had that soap from Fantastic Sam, so whenever the soap comes in, he's going to compare the smells and see which one he likes better.
Definitely like a kind of lard flax soap that's not great, so you're very grateful you have the very nice
Does anyone else want to jump in? There's plenty of room for anyone.
Not with you, thank you.
We do have 2 girls in the party, and there's 2 men.
I don't understand what the issue is. Are you all that modest? Oh, that's right. Your dangly bits hang out. That's
We're
right.
not going to talk about that again. And he's going to turn to Bridget and say, I'll be back in a little bit. And he goes downstairs to wash because he is dirty.
Yeah. So
He's going to get in the bath with you.
so then the king.
I guess that just leaves you and me, huh?
Yeah, we just kind of look at each other, and Octavia goes, and gestures to the bath. He goes, do you want
Thank
to
you.
go
Yes, of
first?"
course.
Okay.
All this modesty.
Ronnie is going to be visibly unhappy that you've joined him because it means that he can't do this. Like, stop.
No, it's big enough that you could still do the starfish.
No. It's like a cat taking up an entire king-size bed.
I don't know how it works, but it does.
Branna is going to look at you and just splash you.
Well, after Al's like warmed up, he probably just immediately like all claws, exfoliation.
Yeah, and that's why no one wanted to shower.
I mean, they're
I mean,
claws.
just
So
takes his skin off.
I am having a shedding issue because it's probably been so dry.
Yeah.
So there might be some scales in that water.
Ronnie has oil.
That would have helped.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That would have been
I
beneficial.
didn't know that Albroth needed
Well, it's
it.
dry. I'm taking like my own skin. Like when it gets cold, my
Oh, yeah.
knuckles start to get dry.
Ronnie,
Oh, yeah.
Ronnie
Yeah.
uses oil in his
Can you
hair
ever
'cause it's
ball up
curly.
your hand to a fist and then your skin cracks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's great.
So who's upstairs? Still.
Is that where the bath is? Oh,
No, it's downstairs.
Oh, that's right.
I think we all.
Octavia
Just
is,
me.
Okay.
and
Wait.
the king.
So you
Are you not still?
No, I went
should
down
do
to
it.
shower.
do the
I'm
bath.
I'm bathing before her.
So you make clothing.
Yes. Yes. We make clothing. They
Are you
like
having
that
a
kind
demo?
of like
She's
trying
trying
to
to.
bounce
Yeah.
the tennis ball back for the whole like conversation.
My goodness.
But like it's a yes or no question.
Yes.
And
I asked them just details about how it works and how you dry flax. 'Cause Octavia doesn't know anything about it.
Denver lets it go on for a couple minutes, and then he's like, by the way, he's like, I respect that, and he's dropped the accent. He's like, I respect the fact that my companions have been tasked with keeping me safe. There is some danger to you guys. And he sits there for a minute, and he's like, I'll be right back. And he goes downstairs. And he comes downstairs, and when he gets to the bottom of the stairs, he has his eyes, he covers his eyes, and he goes, Branna!
He moves over to the side of the tub. Aye?
And goes up next to him because he's being nosy.
You trust your parents? They're pretty good people.
Oh, aye, I've trusted them my whole life. That's why.
Great! And he goes back upstairs.
Oh, that's right. We have dividers, so we can't really see each
Yeah,
other.
when he goes back upstairs, he's like, yes, I'm the king. Takes his mask off.
Oh,
And
Do we hear that?
Probably.
Would have
Perception
loved,
check.
would have
I'm gonna
loved
let you
to get a
two-
pass
you
on
two
their
are the only
the
ones
brains before we
close
did
enough.
that.
Okay.
I got a 19.
Oh God, you're.
14.
You do hear that, Ronnie. You hear Kian go, yeah, me too. And then you hear little gasps.
I'm gonna like sink below the level of the water with my nose and laugh into the water so it's just bubbles.
Branna has done like a.
Upstairs, like Saoirse and Kian are just like,
Wait, you're for real?
huh?
Oh wait, you're for real?
Yeah, just kind of like this. Well. Okay. Okay. You don't. Bridget doesn't say anything for a second, and then she goes. You know, one of your companions got kicked out of the university, out of the academy for the wizards.
Which one? What?
And the king goes, I don't really inquire. Like, I wouldn't be here if this wasn't. Things were going great.
Ezra doesn't like that.
Sits there, nobody says anything for a good, 10 seconds, which seems like forever. And Kian goes, fair enough, I guess. My boy's moving up in the world, I guess.
How did you know that someone got kicked out of the university?
I mean, I would, maybe it is an assumption, but the mark very clearly is don't let this person study magic in an academic environment. Yes, the arcane symbol on the...
Yeah, of course.
So our clothes are still filthy. So
And in a heap on the floor.
do we have? Oh,
I don't have prestidigitation.
No.
You know what? Let me check.
I
Hold on.
damn
Someone
sure
decided
don't.
not to take it.
But I am going to go ahead and just put a towel on because I realize I am taking up a tub, and there are other people in our party that need to bathe.
Absolutely
I don't
not.
think anyone wants to go after you.
Yeah, I don't have prestidigitation either.
Well, I put on the towel because I do know my armor and clothing are probably filled with dirt, blood, sweat,
Branna is gonna hop out
banshee juice.
and go to a storage closet where there's
There's proper lysops.
I believe
for,
that's,
woolen stuff, and there actually is a
Ectoplasm.
for
Oh, God,
metal.
yes.
There's really coarse
Ghost
brush
juice.
that does pretty well for
I'm
the
trying to figure out
tips
what you
anyway.
from the banshees.
I said
Yeah.
banshee juice.
Yeah.
he's gonna
Ectoplasm.
Ronnie will languish in the tub for as long as he can get away with it.
he's gonna he gets one of those water skimmers and skims off the scales.
I mean, can I change? Is there a way I can change the water?
Yeah, Kian and Patrick help you
Okay, yeah.
drag the tub outside.
I wouldn't want anybody
yeah.
else to have to bathe
Well,
after
he
that
was
suit I
looking-
left behind.
Yeah.
Branna was looking for robes or something they could wear.
Oh, yeah, you probably have
Az was probably asking for that now.
I don't have such modesty.
Kind of.
Yeah,
We know.
Is what?
muslin mock-ups. He bring they're not the best, but they're clothes.
Yeah,
Oh,
kind of
okay.
plain. Yeah, they're a little.
They're
little
soft,
snug
but
on
they're
you.
thin.
Good
They're
enough?
soft. They're thin. They're not in the full. They're just what you use for draping.
It's
and
the
stuff,
first
right?
piece of clean clothing that we've probably worn in a while. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely they're soft, and there's a couple layers that you can kind of put on, so you look a little bit like you're in a weird cult.
So is it only Octavia that hasn't had a bath yet?
He
The king hasn't had a bath.
Oh, the king.
he gets out ones for you and the king.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go upstairs to tell Octavia that the baths are ready.
I'm gonna ask Branna or Branna's folks, if they're around, where he might wash his clothing.
They say, why don't we do the robes for now, and then we'll get it washed when the tubs get
So-
empty.
When I get upstairs, do I notice that the king is not in disguise anymore?
He puts the disguise back on, but
Oh, okay.
you have a high wisdom, you clock that things are a little bit different.
Oh, so I get up there. Octavia, the baths are free, and your lordship.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Albroth.
No
He
problem.
solicits your help to refill the tub, to do a full empty of it. So
Yeah, I
it's
want to
not
help out and
yeah.
change out the water and everything. Don't worry, all the scales and all of the other bits and stuff is cleaned out. The tub is ready for.
Bits?
Huh?
Bits?
Yes, that banshee juice. It kind of dried a
Scales.
little bit.
Bits. Okay. Well, he said scales, and
I
then
said
he
scales.
also said bits.
I'm pretty sure there's
That's
other.
what I was concerned about.
They got caught underneath the armor and
Yeah,
everything.
understood.
not-
The
Thank you.
king's I have banshee brains.
Exactly.
Bits.
In my robes.
Was it?
Please go. The baths are downstairs if you need them.
Were banshees not like a form of ghost?
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, but
that,
I said they
kind of
withered like Pennywise.
Plasm vibes. So
It's disgusting.
there's some goo.
Like
Okay,
the,
yeah,
like
yeah.
The goo from
There's a reason we want it
The
back.
Nickelodeon.
Ghostbusters.
A little less glow in the dark. But yeah.
I'm gonna go refine the fire and maybe look for more haggis.
Oh yeah, they have like a nice pantry filled with stuff. And yeah, so you all get clean and bathed, and then like it's not like late. It's like 9 o'clock at night. And just kind of everybody's like,
So
Man
Octavia.
meticulously dries his
I
hair.
am super appreciative
Puts
of
oil in it
Branna's
so that
parents.
it like stays manageable, and then searches out Saoirse to see about sleeping arrangements because he's
Octavia comes out looking like a wet rat. Her long blonde, like butt length hair is just like I don't know how to feel about this.
the rest of you get some sort of confirmation that like they have an idea who the king is when because he goes last and they get him his own bathtub, and then Kian and Patrick volunteer to watch the exits. They bundle up and go outside so that he has some privacy, but also that somebody's watching it, and the rest of you track something happens.
Do they? I think they know he's.
Yes.
king.
Yes.
No, they do.
Yes.
yeah
Oh.
he
The-
said it, and then Branna's dad laughed, and it was very funny. So,
I see.
Great joke.
So the ruse is over. Okay. Yes.
does
what
I
ruse?
that he wasn't the king. That's
Oh,
one.
well.
I kind of look over at Branna's parents, just like I apologize for the deception, but he didn't want us to tell anyone.
It wasn't your place to tell. Like, I get it.
You have been very kind to us.
Yes, for sure. I understand. I like. It makes sense to me. I think.
Though
What
it may be-
everyone does.
though it
What
may be
everyone does.
obvious, I think it needs to be stated explicitly. This does not leave this home, right?
Saoirse kind of stiffens up a little bit and is like, right, any other rules you have for us?
Is that not something that you think you can abide by?
I think
you should stop while you're ahead.
Am I ahead right now? Is that where we're at?
I think you're behind, but
Yeah.
you could be further behind.
Saoirse sits there for a second.
Oh, Ronnie is saying all that stuff out loud to him.
Oh, sure.
She kind of relaxes and she's like, I guess it does make sense to confirm it. This is a small village, but small villages talk way too much. Obviously, yes, it will stay in this room.
Especially this one.
Yes, that is true.
How do you mean?
What?
They don't know the meaning of privacy.
Oh,
Azra says.
have you not talked to Branna about... He'll tell you.
Ever since I was a wee child, people of the village have been coming to me to try and get blessings.
Why?
Because
I'm
he
an
would be
Aasimar.
closest to
Well, wouldn't
being
you
able
want
to
blessings?
facilitate that.
Saoirse stiffens up again because he has celestial touch.
That doesn't mean you owe them anything.
They seem to think I do.
Is your hair still down like a wet rat?
Yeah.
You
I
don't
go to-
want to braid wet straight
It's
hair.
it's really bad for it.
Ronnie is going to go start drying.
Like blow dry.
Well, maybe just blow drying, but probably
No,
yes.
but for you, yeah.
On the low, cold setting of a blow dryer.
Like, you're gonna get that effect no matter what, but he's like got a towel and he's squeezing out your hair and drying it.
But Octavia has feelings about this, but Ronnie's hair looks fabulous.
Of course it
They
does.
just-
Of course it does.
It's like
It's
the
perfect.
air kind of did this upflow.
I always
I
assumed
don't
that was
like-
just an ongoing trait
So
with
it's like
Ronnie's
that
character.
windswept.
Yeah, but
Yes.
also like it pushed the curls up so they're nice and tight and down.
Like an underwater
Yeah, well,
photo
he's all,
shoot or
like,
something.
completely
He
dry.
also like put oil in it so that they're nice and soft if you touch them. Like he's just got perfect hair.
Okay, this is the first time y'all have seen Branna without his braids in.
I think Azra says out
Oh,
loud,
really?
"Son of a bitch."
He's just got it tied back.
We're just all kind of taken aback
just
by
gonna
the
dry your hair.
sheer convenience
Yeah.
in some ways of the air generosity. Like,
Gonna take her hair, and she has a dagger, and she's just gonna
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
move.
whoa, 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 what are you doing? What are you doing?
This
What are you
is. It is winter. It is cold, and it is
doing?
wet.
It is not going to be warmer if you chop all of your hair off.
Not all of it. No.
Wait. I could get a beard out of this.
Don't. It will be warmer if you don't cut it.
Not all. Not all of it. But
Like, how much is she
as
cutting?
long as it. So her is to like her butt. She's
Yeah.
cutting like
It's up
she's
to
cutting
her.
still like mermaid hair.
I'm about to ZZ top this thing.
You could wrap it around your neck like a scarf.
Absolutely not.
That
sounds
is
very itchy.
quite dangerous for someone who's a fighter.
Does
I
it?
suppose you're right.
Yes, they're martial arts, and someone could choke you out with your clothing. I can just imagine a long braid.
I just
You don't tie it off.
don't know.
Susan
I-
just speaks up and goes, you know, Bridget's quite talented with hair. If you need
Actually-
to trim.
Ronnie also has like a comb and scissors because he keeps his hair cropped really short.
We
I'm
have
not sure.
we have here people here. If you do want to cut,
Give Octavia a trim.
if you do want to cut your hair, we have people here that can cut it for you, so you're not using a dagger.
It just seems very impractical.
And
to
if
have
it's
it.
over a foot, save the hair.
Don't listen to him.
Do you want to cut your hair?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Damn it. I've got the mustache. I can
Ronnie will
complete the
put
look.
some oil in your hair and like comb it out so that it's like nice and like
Yeah, it's been
Not
it's been in
tangled.
that one braid.
For a very long time.
It's a little bit heavy, like anytime somebody with curly hair does somebody's straight hair, like they go a little heavy in the oils and
Oh, yeah,
conditioners.
yeah.
So it gets like a little bit
yeah.
greasy around the scalp, but like it's not bad. And Asusha's like, it's a decisive group you have. Yes.
Ezra, use your powers of suggestion to suggest a foot of a hair.
Stop it. Stop it. That's not what suggestion's used for.
But
Stop
I
it.
don't know. I just want to be it.
Actually, you very much could use suggestions for that.
Don't
See?
She
See?
made me do something that was
don't
absolute
encourage
nonsense.
him.
No, I won't.
No one would ever
They're
recognize
a
me.
lively bunch.
And I see the king comes back in, like holding his skirts because, of course, it was too tall.
Well, of course, now that the ruses are up, Your Majesty. Just, sorry.
Sure.
Does that mean Elroth is just shirt cocking it?
What? No, he's not.
He's got that full Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, well, yeah, but, nothing's out.
We're not talking about this
No,
again.
he's got
Cool.
that-
Cloaca.
Cloaca.
30 Rock where Will Arnett has that super short robe with Kenneth. It's a little bit like that, but like all his bits are covered.
Yeah.
It's just pretty short.
It's called natural,
Tastefully, yet dangerously.
Yeah.
It's covered.
natural modesty.
When
Unlike
when
you
you
others.
sit down, you do have to pay a little bit of attention.
Make sure the flag doesn't.
And then like Kian and Patrick come in shortly behind him, and after a second, Patrick goes back and he's filling another tub for like the clothes and stuff.
So this is the plan to just stay here forever. I'm fine with that.
Oh, for a few days. We need to stay here for a few days if that's all right.
Sure.
But I want to impose. If there was an inn we could go to, that would be acceptable.
The king, who's just walked back in, and he's like, we do hate to impose. We find ourselves without a lot of options. And
Should we just
I mean,
fill
if
them
if
in?
anyone
on-
is able to just be like, I'm imposing upon you.
Should we just completely fill them in so they know what exactly?
There's no Third Amendment in this country.
He's being like four.
Is fourth for the
I
housing?
think four. But I
Oh,
could be
right.
wrong.
Quartering Act is for
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But it's basic nerds. Basically is like he's being respectful and presenting it as a request because he's a kind person. It's not a request, and
Yeah.
nobody seems that confused about it. It is the third.
It's third. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Fourth is
everybody at this table knew what was being referenced.
Oh, immediately.
You guys nerds.
fourth is search and
Just you,
seizure.
not me.
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah. And then he pleads the fifth, and then we go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the game ends because nobody's talking.
King Delric's like, we can, of course, I will be able to supplement any costs. Like, it's not, for the stay, the food needs to be purchased or anything. Patrick, how long have you known Patrick? And he's been an apprentice, like, they have long style apprentices for fabric's pretty complicated in some ways, so it has been the better part of a decade.
Yeah. I mean, I basically grew up with him.
Okay. Yes. And then he looks around and he looks down at his robes and he goes, Is that okay? And Saoirse and Kian both at the same time say, absolutely. Yes, of course. I'm happy that you were comfortable bringing him here.
Admittedly, there was a bit of a second motive, but I want to talk to you guys about that later. That's all right.
Okay. And they start trying to figure out arrangements, and it's going to be a few minutes, but basically, like, they have an extra room.
And extra room? Just the one?
Mm-hmm.
Is that Branna's room?
No.
No.
Branna's room.
They have an extra room. Well, extra room, so like a guest room.
Okay.
Branna hasn't been gone long enough for them to. But whatever. Like, so there's more than enough room in between everything. They, of course, they offer the king right away. They're like, you can stay in our room. It's the biggest. It's the biggest. We'll be happy to sleep out here or bunk together. I assume all you guys are good bunking kind of together.
I'm fine with it.
Relatively, yeah.
Cool. And they grab some of the dried flax they haven't started making anything with, and they're able to fashion with some muslin and flax, like kind of like thin little mattresses. But they actually do make one long enough for Alabra to be able to stretch all the way out. That's right.
Glorious.
And they're like, you guys clearly have been in a scuffle. How's Branna feeling?
Like, he's really happy to be home, but he's still very paranoid because of the dreams. But he does turn to his dad. By the way, the banshees were real. That's what we were talking about earlier.
I gathered from the goo. Make another insight check.
Oh, that one was actually a nice number.
Al is about to say something and goes, for once, shuts up.
17.
With a 17, you feel confident in that moment. There's a look on your mom's face. You already knew. She's not surprised that they were real. I don't know why Branna thinks that happened, but like, she's like, she goes after a minute. She's like, they were. They were. They're not. No.
Oh, no, they're not now.
And not only was Branna very brave during the fight, saved one of our compatriots in the most amazing way possible. I caught her very, very deftly and pulled her back up. Yes, it sounded more exciting in my head.
That was that was Ronnie.
Wait, who did you save on the flying bit?
I brought her up from prone.
Okay, that's what I was talking about. Oh, sorry.
Very impressively picked her up off her feet.
Yeah, but she like flew
No, she
and
was
stuff.
she was flat on her face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but,
Yeah,
she,
that's what I'm saying.
but
He
Branna flew up.
Yeah.
Yeah. As
I see.
as I ascended into the air, I picked up Octavia to her feet.
Oh, when he literally flew. Gotcha.
But I drop it about the.
That's a little bit more
I
impressive.
stop at the wing part, like.
You expected probably, well, I don't know. You may have expected your parents to react with, like, fear, kind of.
Yeah.
If you recognize on your mom's face, like, a return of the, like,
Mac.
anime eyes.
No.
The, like, stars in them, kind of. And I feel like you know in that moment that your mom is just reinterpreting what blessed by an angel kind of means in her head. And I don't know how Branna feels about it. In some ways, like, it's both reassuring and maybe irritating a little bit that it's, you don't know if you feel like it's about you.
Yeah. Branna's not sure yet, but
Yeah.
he's mostly glad it's not just like kind of.
I do kind of just kind of mosey over to where Branna is. Well, you're being so modest about yourself, my friend.
He just kind of.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know that I do the things with the stabby very much.
Well, they know now.
Yes, they
See?
do know now.
But did you tell them, is there any part of this that I'm not supposed to tell them? Probably should have asked them beforehand, but...
Maybe not the tricky things I've done. Maybe keep that
Oh.
under the...
But those are the most awesome
I
things
forgot
you've done.
about your mom's bat, like, here
Yeah.
in that moment. And Saoirse goes, what tricky things?
Magic tricks, like with cards. I'm sorry, I'm terrible at lying.
Well, you just told them that you were lying now.
I tried! It's not, it doesn't, it
He's gonna
didn't,
go over and just continue combing
mean,
Octavia's
it
hair.
didn't feel good at first. I
This
tried.
moment of everybody being like,
We can work
Yeah.
on that.
Oh, well, Ma, you know how you, raised me to be a good kid and, on the up and up and all that?
aye.
Did Patrick call me? And he, like, starts going towards the stairs.
I cut him off! I cut him off! No, you continue. Look, he can go invisible. Look, do the thing. Do the thing. Do the blink and out.
Let me check and see if I can even do that today.
Please, Alabroth.
No! Why are we being so not generous to our friend?
I can use it, but he's not going to.
Branna's not a performer for him to do
Look, you
tricks
should
for
be
you.
spoken to your family about your feats of greatness. What is this
Family
modesty?
doesn't care.
Huh? What? Why wouldn't they? Wouldn't your monk order want to hear about all the things that you've
It's
done?
not my parents.
Bridget has been uncharacteristically quiet. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Me?
Oh,
Oh God! Oh wow! No,
catch these hands.
I can.
He's not gonna catch him, I don't think.
Dirty 20.
Oh, that's a four.
Oh,
That was a 14,
okay.
not a 4.
Oh, okay. I
I
saw
see
more.
her peripheral. You see Bridget, like, she doesn't think things through that well. You see the familiar glint of a dagger. She's taken it out and thrown it, not hard, but kind of in your periphery, just to see.
Do I?
And yeah, with a 20, she's like, oh wow.
See? That's kind of thing.
Why
that
are we
could've gone very
always
wrong.
trying to stab each other as just a test?
I'm not
Just
going to
see.
look down my
That
nose.
That is
yeah.
too many times that we've just tested out something with sharp objects.
Seems to be a running
You
thing.
take the dagger and you have a new appreciation. This is her family dagger. For how well weighted it is. And you just don't know if you weren't that familiar with how much you've learned. But you catch it pretty easily and you're like, this
Perfectly
is an
balanced. It's
amazing
all
dagger.
flesh.
Yeah, you have this little like moment and it's like, oh, this is fucking...
This is a nice dagger.
Can I clock that it's a fancy dagger?
Yeah, it's definitely like inscribed. It is more ceremonial than actual like. And it's not that sharp. She uses it on the day-to-day as well. So that means cutting a lot of flax, which dulls the blade significantly.
Yeah.
When he catches it, I do the Will Smith.
Bridget, why'd you throw this at me?
Let's see if you would catch it.
And if I hadn't?
Come on, wouldn't you have caught
Haven't
that?
hurt that much.
Which parts of being able to do magic tricks and turn invisible made you think that Branna would be good at catching daggers being thrown at him?
Sneaky
Is this
stuff.
not something
Tricks
their
or
family
something
does?
Like that.
No,
I never used the
Yeah,
term.
this seems entirely normal to Alabra.
Yeah.
Yes, it's quite.
My dad's not like that.
It's not like she threw it that
He
hard.
does. Bridget, don't throw daggers at family.
No,
Probably
no,
not
throw them at
anyone
enemies.
in this room.
He brings the dagger back and just like...
Oh, that
He
clearly-
goes to hand it back, but he
Ron's
like
gonna
snatches it.
divide your hair and start doing like a twist.
Oh, back to business.
It clearly wouldn't have been a fatal throw.
It's like,
Come on.
It's just like, you're faster than you used to be, little brother.
oh, you know,
I
the
mean,
things you learn fighting monsters.
I'm shocked you survived.
Me too. Me too.
And she kind of gives you a little look at that, and you realize, like, it was almost uncharacteristic sibling humility that made
Yeah.
you say that. And you're like, oh. And she's like, oh, I guess you've been through some shit. No more pretending to be blind, I guess.
I didn't tell Mom about that.
So she's like,
He hands the dagger back.
I'm guessing there's quite a bit you've not told us. The king, like, dramatically yawns. And he's like, well, I'm turning it.
Oh yeah, what is the sleeping situation here? So,
He's sleeping in
The guy.
the
He's
master
just-
bedroom.
Officially, Ronnie's
Yeah.
still looking haggard.
What?
Haggard.
Perfect
short
hair
rest.
aside, Ronnie is still looking kind of haggard. He's very tired.
The king does enlist your help for a few minutes to rebraid his beard because
Okay.
it's clear you know what you're doing. And it's kind of, he's got like kind of wiry curly beard hair, so it actually does feel more familiar to you than like Octavia's hair.
Yeah, maybe Octavia's hair is too straight.
And he's not doing his tartan like patterns right now.
Yeah, and I'll put some oil in his beard and then just
That's
do a
good for
very, very simple braid.
Ronnie's hair salon.
Al gets into his bed, but tries the curl up thing that he normally does, but then
Where is his bed situated?
They probably put. They kind of ask you guys what you prefer. If everybody's just doesn't put a strong thing out there, they say that the girls can bunk in Bridget's room, and they're like, I assume you're keeping some sort of. We can take the first watch, and Patrick can stay over. We can help a little.
wait, I still got a spell in me. Hang on.
Would it seem unusual if Patrick stayed the night? Is that a normal thing?
Patrick, no.
Okay,
would
wherever
not be
the king is,
Would not be unusual.
No, the process of like drying flax fruit can be very intense in the timing. So
Okay, good.
it's not. It doesn't happen every night, but
It wouldn't be out of
long
the ordinary.
shifts at weird hours sometimes.
People will not be asking strange questions.
They are nosy. Yes. Patrick has his own door at his parents' house.
It wouldn't draw attention though.
No.
Okay.
I asked the king, since we're about to do a long rest anyway, Your Majesty, I could cast Guardian of Faith to keep watch over you while you sleep.
The king with like it gives you a little bit of insight into how on guard he's been and how taken care of he's used to being, in that he's just like, you guys can work out whatever. He's been kind of a trooper, but he's just like, he feels safe at the moment, so he's just like, if it would make you feel better, it's not just my head on the line, you know?
Well,
I'd be pretty mad if I die.
In his room, I'm going to burn my last, like, high-level spell slot. I cast Guardian of Faith and commanded to watch that 10-foot area.
Dope.
And since we're going to long rest, I'll get that slot back.
Yeah, he gets a little, like, eye mask that he keeps.
Yes, because this thing just kind of sits there, just
Glowing.
Glowing, yeah.
with a sword and a shield, just sitting there waiting to
It
attack.
lasts for
No buzz.
8 hours.
8 hours, yes.
Right? So,
Man.
so they're like, well, that makes it easier. Probably we'll close the loop then and just send Patrick home, just in case. And once an hour, somebody can walk around. Do you have any... And this is still Saoirse, and Saoirse's like, do you have any reason to think that you were followed? Of course, we will take precautions, but
Not
is
especially.
there
No.
anything we should be aware of?
It was
at the
pretty
moment?
treacherous territory we went over, and had someone been following, we probably would have noticed. And anyone that noticed us, we dispatched.
Did Patrick already leave?
You don't know yet.
I'm gonna look for Patrick.
But he's not in the room. You don't know if he's.
I'm gonna go look for him.
We don't have any reason to think that we were followed, but given the importance of who we were escorting, like, all precautions need be taken.
Sure.
Additionally, I was not a member of the group yet when this happened, but there was talk of a changeling.
That's why I'm looking for Patrick.
Yes. So you might want. Is the changeling capable of knowing memories, like acquiring the memories of whoever they shift into? Do we know if that's the thing?
I don't know that they do that.
Maybe we set up a password.
We have one.
We do?
Oh,
What?
Can you find out?
We have one.
Challenge phrase
Uh-huh.
system, but that predated Azra.
yeah.
So, password. Oh, wait, is there anyone else around?
Hold on.
Right now,
So,
Found it.
the challenge phrase, Azra.
it's
very
Saoirse
clever.
and Kian are in.
Do we,
I don't know. Like,
are we okay with it?
Perhaps if you would not mind, could I check the integrity of your thoughts just to ensure that it seems extremely unlikely, but
make a charisma check for me.
okay.
Yes, please
It
ask.
seems extremely unlikely, but I think we need to check every possible case, just given the severity of the
I
situation.
agree. Make a charisma check for me.
Hey, that was a good roll.
Real good.
It's a natural 17. Well, you say charisma, what, like persuasion?
Just add your charisma.
Yeah, persuasion
Just
works.
persuasion.
Then that would be a 22.
Damn.
Nope.
Get it. When it
Then
matters.
I would love to see.
I'm a hot wizard.
With barely a glance at Branna, Kian and Saoirse, and actually Bridget is still there as well, are all like, sure? Like, Bridget looks at you for a second and is like...
I don't think Azra makes eye contact with Bridget.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just looking
but
at
they're all
Saoirse.
just kind of mumble. They're not... anyone can make an insight check.
Oh, my
Oh,
No?
I'm
Two?
not doing
What did you
super
do?
a lot in insight.
+7, which is a 9.
11.
Oh.
It's 9.
I shouldn't have used that dice twice in a row.
Roll
12.
You're gonna go.
We're in
They're
a
real tired.
We may be equipped, but we're not smart.
We are-
It makes sense
I
that
beg your
Branna
pardon.
did get the highest,
Christian
and
says that.
because you actually
Oh,
make
well,
it
that's
with
different.
advantage, because I always say, like, that's not enough. But
Octavia's
Oh,
concentrating
much higher.
on anything
I
else.
rolled 17.
then,
Yeah.
because you know your parents, like, they've got this vibe of, like if like Greg in Succession, that just like they're not familiar with magic very much, and so there's a little awkwardness of like we don't know what that means, but they're not actually concerned about it going poorly. They just feel awkward.
Yeah.
Right then.
But they all agree. And they're like, that's fine.
Give them the one soul, Azra.
I have one spell slot left.
Perfect.
So are you about to sleep?
You can switch with the tech thought. Can't
Okay.
in the surface level?
Pretty sure.
Oh, you can use it. It's a weird thing. You can use it to detect presences. But I don't know if you can switch.
Oh, yeah, when you cast a spell, and as your action on each turn until the spell ends, you can focus your mind on any one creature. So, yeah. And it goes up to 1 minute, so yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
do
I
it.
know
Don't do it.
rules.
Don't do it. Don't do it yet, though.
Oh. Yeah, because wait for Patrick.
Yeah. Seeing if Patrick's around.
Yes.
Oh, that's why I got a 2. I wasn't in the room.
You
For
don't know
Patrick.
to tell?
The fact that you got a 9 outside the room is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I got a 9 inside the room.
Yeah.
Which is
So,
also in
I'm gonna
character.
say, like,
I don't
you
know.
went to look for Patrick.
I don't know how long it took me. So he's not here, probably.
He's,
If it's taking me that long.
I don't know how far
I
you
found
go.
the
He's not
phrase.
in the house.
Yes. Well,
Like
since
that
Azra
one.
is in the room and needs to know the phrase, I uncomfortably.
Make a perception check.
What? No. He's gonna whisper it.
Hold on.
You're not
That's
good at
real good.
whispering.
Perception?
So you hear him crunching around outside
Okay. Just bring him
Crunching
upstairs.
in the snow.
You bring him upstairs or just go
Is he
upstairs?
dangerously
Bring
cheesy
him.
right now?
Be like, hey,
So you-
come
So to
on.
be fair, yeah, I don't. I'm bringing him upstairs. I wouldn't have told you that you should wait for him.
So you cast.
It says you wanted to tell me the passphrase now?
I mean, yeah, as soon as it's safe to do so, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'll do the thought detecting, yes. With my last spell slot that is capable of doing that.
So, Saoirse and Kian, I mean, they've been married for a long time. It's not shocking. They're thinking something kind of along the same lines, which is, are we supposed to be thinking about it? Are we supposed to, what does that mean? They kind of seem to be kind of adorably on the same page.
Aw.
Glance at each other, and it's just like, now what? Is she gonna like touch us? Or, this is kind of weird.
And yeah, this was not subtle, so like I did like, somatic components and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like, here we are. We're in this room. Seems nice.
It's like when you're specifically trying not to focus on some things, so you're just focusing on like anything that you see,
Well, it's
anything
just
around
like
you.
They don't know what they're supposed to do,
Yeah.
and you do catch a little bit of the wizard seems weird kind of vibes, but that's about it. Like,
I've gotten that before.
it has that kind of like, not simple in that they're not intelligent, but like people who are used to thinking in a very focused. It's the opposite of ADD. They're just like focused on. They think about other things here and there, like food. Oh, we gotta get some food, but mostly it's just like.
Stop flexing.
And Bridget's like, she's thinking, I don't know if I trust you, but I'm good. Like, I don't know what weird mind stuff you're doing, but you know what? And then she like very deliberately starts thinking about hot people just in the village, just to throw you, but you don't get the vibe with your expertise in this spell that she's trying to hide something. She's just like not
She's being
that comfortable with you digging around in her head. For
Exactly
no
what I would do.
Yeah.
It's
What,
just thinking
describe the hot
something
people
they would-
that Bridget is
would-
choosing to
One of
select.
them you would assume is the O'Malley girl.
Yeah.
And it's got a very head empty, no thoughts vibe about it. And like she's hot, but like, and she kind of replays conversation where she couldn't seem to like get anything interesting out of their date. And then she switches to the O'Malley boy she's like, he's gonna be hot, but he's only like 19, needs a couple growing up years before I'd be into him. And then she just like starts thinking about some of her OCs. And she just, apparently she's quite good at imagining. different hot people.
Just imagining sexy people.
Yeah. When Azra
They're
ends.
all brunette or redheaded. There's not a single blonde in the bunch.
Cool.
Seems deliberate.
I think, Azra ends the spell, makes direct eye contact with Bridget, and goes, "Oh yeah, she is cute."
Head empty, no thoughts. Cute's not enough, you know?
And she'll turn to the rest of the group and the king, and she says, "I believe they're good. No changelings here."
I'd say, like, if she doesn't drop the spell, then Patrick gets back in time. That's up to you. Because it's a full minute. Should be enough.
So Patrick comes in the door, and Azra's like, just detect thoughts.
It's like...
Hear that sound from the trailers from
2009. Steve, you cast the spell, so he's just like, is this woman into me? Like, it's very weird and intense all of a sudden. The king, I guess, maybe someday I'll be in the clear to tell my parents. They'd be happy. Probably not yet, though.
Wait, what?
These are his thoughts.
Oh, to tell parents about the king. Yes.
It's like definitely he's not about to blow his decade internship or anything, but he's like, I know, like, it's not safe yet, but it would be cool at some point. Maybe I could impress that O'Malley girl.
He's waiting for his NDA to be up.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Everyone's good.
Oh,
what is that
share
password?
the phrase. Okay. Run into assist, please.
What do you want me to do? Initiate?
Say the thing.
Okay. Do you have any goat?
How fresh would you like it?
About as old as the day is long.
You need us to repeat it.
Branna is doing like
response. That's it.
Yes, please repeat.
Here, we'll try.
Something about goats. How would you like it?
Do you
Yes.
have some goat?
Do you have some?
Saoirse goes, you don't want to write it down.
How fresh would you like it?
Branna, you find yourself
About
again
as
being like...
old as the day is long.
It's like
That's true.
he's making a mental
like-
note of, okay, I have to
No,
I have to be
everything.
honest about. He's gonna be like, all right, mental note of, gotta be honest
Did
with you,
get
some
that,
things.
Ezra?
Yes,
Tell me.
looking for some goats. How would you like it as old as the day is long?
You are
Basically.
clearly messing this up. No. Unacceptable. Do you have some goat?
Do you have some goat?
How fresh would you like it?
How fresh would you like it?
About as old as the day is long.
About as old as the day is long.
Because if you get this wrong, Branna may stab you.
I would never stab a party member without their permission.
If you suspected it was the changeling.
I would suss that out first.
Let's not rehash this. That was a nasty vibe.
Please don't get that.
Octavian's just staring at the floor.
And to be fair,
Bridget goes, that phrase doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
No, it doesn't.
And Saoirse goes, that's why. Yes.
Yeah.
so it's to make sure that no one can
Non
figure it.
sequiturs.
I do have to... What if someone was being stupid when they gave you permission to stab them?
Let's not relive that, shall we?
I'm gonna turn and see what the reaction of his mother and sister are.
His mother has settled for the first time into kind of a guarded expression of like, what the fuck is up with these people?
To explain. Because he can feel the questioning looks.
So, do I have to be in the room when you do this?
You don't have to be if you don't want to.
Just gonna go kind of in the corner.
We were near the border, and as you know, the magic's a little bit iffy there. So we want to make sure that we could still cast spells, because, we have Alabroth, who's a cleric, and he's his whole thing.
Iffy
Huh?
magic?
That's how it was described.
It's how it was described. Like, sometimes the magic doesn't work, and stuff like that.
There were reports of inconsistent outcomes from casting spells.
I was graciously given this, and he holds up the opal, the fire dagger. Yeah, fire obsidian. Sorry, fire the stagger.
Bridget goes, cool! And grabs it. And she's fast, and she's not trying to throw it at anyone
Yeah,
or
thank-
whatever. She's just like looking at the like swirly designs in the middle of it.
It does some fire damage, or it sets things on fire when you use it. Say we decided to stab something to see if it worked while we were there, and Octavia.
Sure, so like a tree.
Not exactly. If you mean tree as an elf,
Voice volunteering.
It seems a little racist. Speciesist.
maybe. Well, Octavia volunteered, and so I stopped her, and it worked. And Albroth healed her, and we he like takes the dagger back and just puts it away.
Now,
I do quite a lot
remind
of
me,
that around here.
you have the ability to cast a spell for light.
Yeah. I can cast light.
I'm gonna do the like Oprah gift.
She didn't. Snickers. It's like, sure. They just stab each other. I guess, like,
Quite
you live and
unusual,
you
yes,
learn.
they are.
Kitty. You're not allowed to say things are unusual. Albroth with your mouth.
Do not tell others of my disguise, then it negates the purpose of it. Why would you tell someone about my brilliant
You've been
disguise?
going on about getting a beard.
I mean, you've got the mask. I've got the mustache.
Okay.
So,
I'm
it's
a little
time to
tired.
turn in.
Yeah. Oh wait, I had already laid down too before we started on this. So
We can say that you like got back up to come and enjoy this conversation.
Sure.
But,
So, yeah, you guys all kind of, like, eventually make your ways to the brooms.
I stretch out in all 5 directions. So.
You're starfishing.
Tail going that way.
Yeah. And then
Star of Daviding.
You do have a
Guess
head.
so, yeah.
the Trudian Manning. Yeah. And you all get a long rest.
Blanket.
Yay.
Are we staying in a room with Bridget?
probably.
I think-
Charles are.
Yeah, I think we were.
We're going to take a break there, and then we can pick up
Okay.
if there's anything that happens.
Okay.
Yes, we'll be back in a few minutes. We're
Yeah.
going to hydrate and pee and stuff. And
We're-
yeah.
Don't tell me what to do.
Part 2. No, you will pee. Yes.
You have no choice.
Oh no.
As long as you don't do it in
Yeah?
Hello!
Ah, it's nice.
I got that for you.
What is that?
Zero popcorn. It's caramel corn with chocolate flavored stripes.
No, thank you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me break me off a piece
If
of
it was
that.
almost anything else, I would have said yes. It's going to be so loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so loud.
Should have done that before
Maybe
the next time.
maybe like
ASMR.
get like a bunch of them and then, or just keep pulling them out one at a time.
I'm passing them around the table if you wish.
Now,
Try to
this
put
is-
them into the
You're
microphone.
doing this on purpose.
I've
now,
seen
aren't
other
you?
professional streamers do this, so
I wish.
They,
Alright,
they probably got it.
I'll put it away.
Oh, now you want to try
I
one?
just want to try one. A single. Thank you. Just a singular one.
You guys are stingy bitches.
Oh, did you want some?
No.
Oh, there goes a piece. So,
It's good.
So, you guys get a long rest.
Yay.
Yay! You wake up feeling somewhat refreshed. Everybody's a tiny bit sore, but what?
At some, like, as we're going to
We were gonna
sleep,
set a watch, right?
I did set
I think
a
they
watch,
were they were doing that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
and I set one on Guardian of Faith. So, if anything went in there with the king, we would have known.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, when we've been laying down for like 20 minutes, I'm gonna just check to see if Bridget's awake and if Azra's awake. Listening for regular breathing sounds.
Like a slow and regular breathing
Yeah.
pattern.
Make a perception check.
19.
You don't think Bridget's asleep. But,
Well,
you
damn.
know.
Okay, then I'll just go to sleep. Or go to trance.
Go to sleep.
You said, I think she's still awake.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, then no.
Well, I thought that was what she wanted. But, like, it's cool. Yeah, she's not, but she's not, like, moving or anything. Like, just trying to get there, probably.
Just one of those people who takes their minimum of 30 minutes to fall asleep.
Yeah, it must be so annoying for Octavia.
30 minutes.
It is mind-boggling to me that people fall asleep faster than that. Anyway, yeah, so the next day comes. You guys do, like, they do kind of wake you up, to go walk around or something, but there's no, like...
Whoever rooms with me gets to see an Alabroth yawn again.
Turns all the way inside out again.
What? I missed something.
His jaw distends, so like a...
Very snake-like and gross.
And then,
Chris.
Like, it's keying, he backs up. You're gonna...
all the teeth.
Sure. Yes. No biting. And the next morning comes, and when you guys get up, the king's already eating. And there's another like table full of food, and you probably know that your parents have cut into their reserves some, but they're not like worried about it. There's
Yeah.
food available, and there's a little farmer's market kind of thing. And yeah, your dad's frying a bacon.
I'll go into the kitchen. Do you need any help, Duh?
I don't think. Well, and then he has you do a couple things, like his biscuits in the oven, and has you get out like there's a little like kind of cutout specifically for when snow gets packed. So there's some cold like fruit and stuff, and he sets you to work making like a mini fruit salad kind of thing.
Say hello whenever I get up, and then I'll go sit next to the king. So that's what I feel like I'm supposed to
He
do.
kind of like grunts at you. He's got a mouthful of bacon.
I hope the Guardian of Faith wasn't too off-putting, Your Highness.
No, no, I had a mask. I slept.
That would be for
I
the best.
slept. What?
As you're just like you're telling your secret to people you don't have to, and you're wearing a mask while you sleep so you can't see.
He doesn't catch any of that.
Oh, the Guardian would have taken care of anything that walked into the room.
How confident are we? Is that Guardian significantly more powerful than I don't know all of
Well, it would have
us?
certainly caused enough of a ruckus that we would have noticed. Because basically, it would have been like, I don't know you.
King, when you start questioning, he's like, if I could keep myself safe, none of you would be here.
Yes. But
So I think I smell bacon.
He goes, I've missed something, and then he takes another bite.
Branna comes out with a bowl of fresh fruit salad and biscuits.
Octavia
Right.
comes back in from running and doing calisthenics outside.
Alabra sees the fruit salad bowl and grabs the bowl.
It's for everybody.
can you imagine waking up early?
Yes.
You can have some, but
Just
make sure you know it's
End of
for
statement.
everyone.
Waking up early.
No, I can't.
Ronnie's
Clearly he
gonna,
reaches-
like, divvy himself out some fruit salad and grab a biscuit and eat like he died twice yesterday.
Alabra
Like
uses,
he died twice.
uses a human-sized plate and just kind of, okay. Because otherwise
He does
would-
that 4 times.
I mean, if it gets empty, he'll be going
There's
back.
a Friends moment where Joey's at a buffet just scooping eggs, and he scoops like 4 giant scoops from a buffet, and Chandler kind of looks at him and he goes, "Ugh," and he scoops one thing of eggs from each of his plate and goes back. That's Alabroth vibes to me.
Yeah.
Uh,
There is more fruit if you want more, but
He's eating. He's in. He's full into the plate now.
he has gone back to go make some more fruit salad.
Saoirse's like, so, what's the plan? What's the...
Kind of in a holding pattern.
Yes. We've been trying with the plan thing. Isn't
Not much for us to do.
going well. At this point, just keep trying to stay one step ahead of the changeling,
Right, what's the
and then find him again.
catalyst, I guess? Like, what's... You're welcome to stay. It's not
No, we
any kind of problem. I would like to help, and,
we couldn't
We're looking
impose on
for-
you for too long, but we do appreciate your hospitality and patience with us right now.
Is that your choice? Like,
The what was that person's name that we were supposed to be waiting to hear back from?
Oh yes, we were waiting to hear back from
Yeah,
some member. Of,
we're supposed to hear word at some point.
the king goes, Jira?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the spy.
it's been a little while.
And they gave us a stone for
I'm
that.
surprised I came up with that.
Yeah, we received a stone for when Jiro would contact us again.
Yeah, we've got our stone
Saoirse
phone.
kind of looks at, she goes, a stone? For...
Ascending, well, I'm not there. Never mind.
Yeah, I
Ascending stone, they're paired. And you can send messages back and forth.
which I take it out of the pouch or whatever.
Like an
kinda-
instantaneous letter.
Bridget's just walked into the room. She goes, what language does a stone speak?
Whatever language you speak to it.
Wild.
Right now, common is what it's set to. I don't know if you can change it.
I think that's because you speak into it in common.
I think that's just a sending stone. Sending stone plus is when you get the auto translate features.
You also get little faces. that you
Oh.
can send.
Yeah,
Really?
That's
Right.
like a crying one.
Yeah.
A happy one.
you can send emotions across as well.
It
Because-
has
What's
and goes, oh!
One that's like one that's a wink.
Someone's too stupid to understand tone, I guess.
Yeah.
Or,
My sending stone just says eggplant. I don't understand.
I think
That's a
you're
different kind of
supposed to
sending
Send the water droplets back.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or the cat.
Yes.
Someone will have to explain that to me later.
I mean, it might just be that they're asking you about produce.
Sure.
Mmm.
Although
It's
eggplant
an
is
eggplant. Yeah.
eggplant is a summer crop, so probably not eggplants.
Sorry, this is not in season. I don't have any right now.
What did I come back to?
Yeah.
He's helping his dad bring back.
Just like,
Eggplant, great for
As I said, I'm the most well-adjusted of all of them.
Hey. I feel I'm very well adjusted.
I really
have-
wanted you to stop there. Just hey.
I have
the
never
king
had.
goes, I win this.
Is there anyone that we could
He's
try
like,
to
who's gonna
contact?
overrule me?
Of course, my lord.
I've never had any back problems.
I
Ian
could-
kind of laughs again, and the king like kind of winks at him and is like, "It's good to be the king sometimes."
I could use the sending stone to send a message to Jira to see if there is any news, but not giving away our position, of course, just that we are safe. And is there any news?
I think we should do that.
What?
Jared did tell you not to.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jared did tell us.
Oh,
I forgot that.
Okay.
So wait, I think it may not have been said in the session, but like wait to hear from me. It's just security.
So we're just kind of waiting on a message.
Yeah, we're supposed to hear back from him. We're
The king's like, so.
Alabar starts looking through his spell book.
if this is directed
Very
at
rude.
Branna's parents. If y'all need me to, I can try and hunt for something.
Keen's like, it's not a great hunting season. Any of you know anything about fabric?
Branna being the smartest. Like, "Hmm."
I'm familiar with wearing it.
The king goes, perfect time to learn, I guess.
Are there any other sorts of issues plaguing the town that might require, I don't know, a little bit less finesse, more brawn? You know what I mean?
Like living skeletons or something like
Yeah.
I'm sure.
You got any living skellies?
that. Big spider.
I'm sure if you go to the town square,
Small dragon?
you'll hear all kinds of things.
No. I feel like I might stand out in the crowd.
We took care of the banshees.
Sure. And it all settles into this like kind of uncomfortable silence as you guys all kind of realize like, what can I do?
Mm-hmm.
And Kian's like, obviously nobody wants who specifically to get out, but are you trying to disguise that anybody's here? Like, I mean, not. And he looks at the king and he goes, not your highness, obviously, but like,
Anyone at all?
it's going to be a little tricky if we start buying food. You know, we could say that, I guess we could say Saoirse's pregnant. And Saoirse goes, she goes, oh, honey.
That might cause more uproar than
Lots of people.
knowing that there are pilgrims here.
I don't know, like, I mean, I was already kind of had my rainbow baby. You know,
What's a rainbow baby?
late in life.
Oh, okay.
Which is a little old. She probably had me when she's like 40, 42, 43. So just like a little bit older, but not. And she's like, I just don't think, you know, like not a lot of 60-year-olds.
I'm going to audibly close my spell book. Would it benefit us to revisit an area that we have been to maybe seek more information?
Where were you thinking?
I could cast a spell, clairvoyance, back in the mountains where we were.
Ooh.
It would enable me to see,
I
and
don't
I can,
think, as a DM, I don't think you can do that at that range, but I could be
Yeah, it's a
wrong.
little far.
it just says you create an invisible sensor within range and a location familiar to you.
What's the range?
The
on
range should be at the top.
1 mile.
Yeah.
Can't do that. Nope.
That's still pretty far.
Like, it could be
It's too
helpful for like
Yeah, not right
some
now. Though.
stuff, but not.
I didn't notice the mile thing. Damn it! I thought I had a thought there. So.
The only thing I really know what to do with myself to try and trap some rabbits.
Maybe, Bridget looks at you and she's like, you're quite familiar with finding spots around here. Maybe you could take them on like a tour or something. And she's right. You have a lot of experience kind of like along the coast, and there's some caves and stuff that you found your fair amount of spots.
Are our clothes clean and dry?
Yes.
I'm gonna put my clothes on. Not out here in the family room with everyone.
Before we leave to do whatever, we'll do that.
Yeah, they're clean and dry. They're a little like stiff from the soap, but like it's just so nice for the first time in forever. Nobody's reacted to
my robes.
Yeah, really at all. Just kind of.
Oh. Do you want to cut your hair?
Yes.
How short do you want to cut it? Okay. I'll like tie it like right above there, and then if Bridget wants to, I'll.
No, but she'll just bring you a leather strap to sharpen evidence if you want to.
I'm gonna pull out how to get information that is useful. It's the book that they gave me.
Oh, it was like something, people's stories for dummies or something.
Yes.
The title was how to gather information that's useful. There's another one called So You've Decided to Change Subclasses. What I got out was
they title things pretty obviously. So you open it up, and it's almost insultingly
cool.
Basic. One of the. Do you start like skimming through it? Are you reading it?
I'm going to start reading it. We seem to have some time.
The first chapter is about how to ask people questions without making them feel super uncomfortable. It explicitly says not to write down all the things immediately when people say them. And it's just like, it feels to you almost targeted to you, and you find yourself wondering, like, is this because I'm normal and everyone did this? Or, like, is this just obvious stuff that's
I'm going to check to see if it's magic.
Yeah. What?
The book. I want to look at it and see if I can see if it's magic.
Poke around. Magic?
Just look
it would
examine
take
it
a full
closely.
short rest to determine that without.
Then,
Or you can identify it. It's up to you.
Sure,
with your
I'll identify it.
With yourself or your bootstraps?
With my bootstraps.
Oh no!
So, explain to me how the buildup of that works.
Oh no.
What's the process Octavia goes through?
So Octavia notices that the information seems weirdly specific to her. And she's like, wait, how do they know? Are they watching me? And so I'm going to kind of I'm going to kind of look at Ronnie and go, where there aren't a lot of people, if I can. I'm just going to go in the corner and I'm just going to pull them.
Do we see her doing this?
Not in time to stop it.
I mean, Ronnie definitely does. He was in the process of cutting her hair.
You're kind of like, why did she hunch over, kind of, and like...
No! Don't!
So you pull on the bootstraps, and after a minute, like, the eyes kind of blink open, and Keenan and Saoirse are cleaning up. They don't notice right away.
It's like bracing for
Bridget's
impact.
gone, like, to the bathroom or something, and the eyes kind of blink open, and he goes, you read it! You can't read! Left to right, top to bottom!
Is it magical?
Not everything's magical! And then it just blinks out again. As you hear the sound of a metal bowl hitting the ground.
Branna goes to help clean up.
Delightful.
It was mostly empty, so not a ton, but yeah. And you go to help clean up, and you notice, like, Kean he does not help you clean up. He's, like, staring wide-eyed at these bootstraps, and he goes, do your bootstraps read to you? What is happening?
Apparently they are...
Sort of.
They're mean.
They
Very
help
rude.
me figure out what things are. Sometimes.
Yes.
Other times they just kind of
Say something quite rude
Mouth
and then
off.
move on.
They're kind of assholes.
looking at.
Sometimes they tell me what things are, but sometimes not. And all times asshole.
Oh,
Bridget comes in kind of stretching, and she's like, there's a... I can't do it, but there's a quite simple spell, I think, that would...
no, go on.
There's a spell, I'm surprised.
S-
She kind of looks at Azra with, like...
She did not ask.
What?
What?
You can do it without the
Have you taken it? Do you have it?
I'm almost positive I have detect magic.
No,
Not
this is
detect
identify.
magic, it's identify.
Oh, identify? I might... Oh, no, I do. Yeah, I have identified prepared.
Sorry.
Ready to go right now.
No, I'm just kidding.
Amazing.
Oh, and it's a ritual, so I don't have to waste a spell slot.
That would prevent her from pulling on her surly bootstraps.
Has she ever... Have the bootstraps ever been pulled around Azra before?
Around her, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you and I
when
had an
the mouth
offline
was under the sewer.
discussion Wherein I said that it was up to Christian whether Azra wanted to prepare it or not learn it or whatever. Because she saw it early on, I think.
Since we have a moment, I pull out my sending stone. It's not the burner sending stone. Would anyone like to send a message to...
Make a perception check.
Okay.
I'm going to make sure you know which one's which.
Oh, that is 16 plus 5. So 21.
Fair enough. You take them out, both of them out for a minute, and you're like... And they're not particularly special rocks before they get enchanted, so it doesn't take you too long to be pretty sure you know which one's which. But for a
Okay,
second,
the
you're like,
burner
oh.
one, I take my claw and just put a...
Why doesn't someone else hold the one where we're waiting for Jira?
I hand her the one for Soraya and Pebbles. Oh, did you not want to send them a message?
Well, I figured you would want to hold the one for Soraya and Pebbles.
That would be a bad idea. Here you go.
So you guys switch off. The king is like, no location.
Of course not, Your Majesty. I wouldn't want to put them at risk either.
It's like, I trust you.
Yeah,
And-
Ronan's just going to put it in a pouch on his belt.
And I just send a quick message. We are safe. Hope all is well with you. Hope to see you soon.
Hi, Pebbles.
Ronnie says hi, Pebbles.
It's you're beginning to be more at ease with the fact that there's a pause. They've gotten used to, like, there's a number of words and
Takes a
stuff.
minute to go through.
And after about 30 seconds, Pebbles says, I've gotten really good at drawing. I want to update your... I want to do new... Next time I see you, maybe I'll do another.
And I just let everybody know. And of course, it's Azra. Yes, the young Pebbles is quite the artist. Look at this. I take my drawing out that I keep and tucked under my armor. Do you see that she drew us? This is
That's a dude. Little boy.
I'm sorry, Pebbles drew us here. Do you see?
You see a pretty artistic version of Alabroth in kind of like a tough fighting stance and just looking kind of like
I'll pull out the one of me and show
badass.
you.
And I kind of take it and just kind of gently tuck it back.
How old is Pebbles?
Seven?
Quite young.
I'll write that down.
7.
Oh, that's quite good.
That's
You pull yours. Do you pull yours out?
Yeah.
You find yourself kind of like looking at it, like thinking how many times lately that hasn't been your reflection. And you remember that he marked really hard in case you couldn't see it, that you could still get a tactile feel from the portrait. And I don't know how Branna feels about that. It's just kind of like an introspective moment.
I just heard about that. Pebbles wants to update.
The tactile thing he thinks is very, very cute. He still like has a warm feeling about that, but he's still kind of iffy on like the reflection thing.
If you're not going to show your picture, Ronnie's going to have you sit back down so he can finish your hair.
Yeah.
And he's
Octavia
also
is probably the worst for like that. It just looks around all the time. I mean, it's up to you.
Extremely easily.
He was going to ask you, why were you trying to identify the book?
It has instructions for trying to get to do like information so that I could have it.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like my issues specifically. And I thought that maybe the book knew me.
And it wasn't for you specifically?
Well, it's not magic, so the book doesn't know me.
No, I mean it wasn't written for you specifically.
No.
Oh.
Make a perception check.
Me?
No, just Octavia.
17.
You see, like in the kind of like copyright blurb at the front, it says it has like an additional name to the book. It's Active Listening for Dummies, and you're just like, oh, well, maybe that makes sense. Maybe charisma's not what they were trying to teach most of the time, and then feel a little bit better. Like maybe this is common enough.
Yeah. I show Ronnie and I'm like, I don't know if this is something everybody has to deal with. It seems like everyone else in the group can ask stuff and they understand. And we talked about that, and I need to be like a horse. No, I don't need to be like a horse. I need to treat other people like horses. So, and I understand that, and I've been trying, but
maybe the education that your order gets doesn't tend to produce people who are very good at asking questions. So
but that's like most of our point is to ask questions. So why are we all so garbage at it?
You sit there and you think like you don't know how much went into like pairing you with Ember.
Mm-hmm.
Ember is so fucking good at just that.
Yeah.
And it's like, is that why? Or did they put all those people in diplomatic and outreach?
Yeah.
And just like mini new crisis, I guess.
I don't know. I still don't know where I fit in all this, I suppose. I feel like I should be better at it than I am.
I don't know.
The king is kind of halfway paying attention to this, and he has this thing where he kind of listens to everybody and nobody at the same time, but he will chime in whenever he feels like it, because privilege, and he's just like, nobody's born good at it. Most people aren't born good at it. A lot of people aren't born good at it. You just, if you feel like you should already be good at something, it's often the biggest barrier to becoming good at it.
So I guess it's a good thing that you don't feel like you're very good at it.
What?
Because that means that wait. It's good that I don't feel good at it, but that's a barrier to being...
No,
feeling...
Thinking you should be good at it.
If you
a barrier
thought
to learning.
if you thought you were already good at it, then you wouldn't put in a lot of effort to trying to be better at it. So it's probably good that you don't think you're very good at it.
Because then I'll try to be good at it.
No, because then you wouldn't try, and it would be worse.
No, but if I don't think that.
Where does your lack of confidence come from? What perhaps were you ever truly bad at? Because you may not realize this, but you're one of our fiercest warriors of this party.
It's not that you're not a fierce warrior, but I don't think they were trying to just teach Octavia how to be a fierce warrior. Because you're not super good at being relaxed while talking to people. I think that's something that you were supposed to be trained into, right? Because you're like a diplomat, right?
Still,
I'm sent out to gather information about this country and you people and people that live in this continent, and gather information hopefully that relates back to the sanitatum, but not necessarily. Just that would be better if I did. But it's more about like the history and the people of this continent, because Vea doesn't. I don't think Vea knows anything about this continent. They always talked like they did, but I don't think they do.
I'm gonna look for the king's reaction to that.
Albrov picks up his napkin off the table and just...
What?
Do I need to roll insight? Okay.
Stop.
Oh no! I rolled a 1.
Oh no!
I got a 2. Do I see that he reacts at all?
No.
Okay.
No, that.
You were distracted by the
Not with the
napkin.
One of the natty.
Yeah,
you were
that
like,
sucks.
it was an afterthought for you because you were tuned in to Octavia, and then you glanced because you're smart, but like...
He's already had his reaction.
Mm-hmm. You do notice, the only thing you notice with that is that Saoirse and Kian aren't in the room, and you don't know if they made themselves scarce or
Yeah.
not.
Well, and I'm not trying to be subtle about looking over at the king, so if he catches me, he catches me. I'm not trying to hide the fact that I wanted to know what his reaction to that was.
He also rolled a 1.
Yeah.
He
Just two idiots looking at each other.
He's
So
kind
romantic.
of tired and beat down, so I guess with that you do see that you can see that there's a mask in place of sorts, and that's it.
Oh, wait. I know this trick for speaking to people. You picture everyone naked.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
And then it just seems so ridiculous, you laugh. Just to picture everyone like their dangly bits all hanging out, and then it seems so ridiculous. It's easy to talk to people. There we go.
You've been very fixated on dangly bits recently.
It's something that I'm trying to become familiar with all
Of
of
course,
you.
he ran around in a mini skirt.
Actually, in school, when we gave presentations, they did teach us to do that. Just such things.
Asra knows of the technique.
Yes.
And it worked.
I didn't give many.
The school.
We're not asking you that-
School didn't go well though.
For different reasons.
And of course, we're not asking you to picture the group naked.
I never had issues giving presentations.
The next time you're speaking to someone, just imagine the king naked.
No, thank you.
Okay.
No.
The king goes, no thank you. He's like,
Perhaps later.
it's
On someone else.
wonderful, but no thank you.
I'm not sure that imagining people naked would help you very much.
I don't like it right now.
Beyond that.
The king goes, this is going to sound insulting, and it is not meant to be. Stop thinking about yourself. When you're talking, what Ember does that is so good is she forgets about herself while she is being curious about someone else. That is, I'm not that good at that either. Mostly because everyone I talk to is thinking about me most of the time. If I'm in that room. But watch children and how they talk to people. That's the best that I've got. I'm going to go put on my clothes. He's still in his tent. And you feel like it was pretty deliberate for him to give you a minute with everyone. He goes into the master bedroom.
He poked up the tent.
It's not an unusual observation. Have you seen how Pebbles addresses us?
Don't turn your head. Ronnie's freezer at the
Ronnie's
bottom
just
of your hair.
fed up with she has thick, cast hair. It's a lot. You think it's going to be easy to cut through it all?
Well, I mean,
As
getting
someone
the
who's
bulk
bullied
of
her,
it
but
all at once, that was fine. But making it look like I didn't just slice her
it's just
hair off.
at the bottom of it's like a tree trunk, and you're like, that's just too abrupt.
It's like the scene in Hercules where they try cutting the thread, but he just became immortal, so it just bends the scissors.
Yeah.
As soon as the hair starts getting cut, Al turns to the guy behind the tree.
Don't you dare.
You can't take it without her
The
permission,
guy
remember
who is
that.
not
Oh, of course
Shaq.
not. I would not take it without permission.
Who's not Shaq.
Maybe wait until
I
she's done
did.
with the
We
hair.
had this conversation like 2
Except for
sessions
you,
ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
I know. I'm demonstrating that I remember. It's not Shaq.
Okay.
Well, you see Al just going like,
Maybe wait until after she's gotten her haircut done before you.
I am quite patient.
Nobody buys that.
Yeah, Ronnie's still just razoring the bottom so that it
Looks nice.
doesn't look janky.
Could you do it with a fire dagger? Like those people that cut fire with cut
Is
hair
she
with
gonna
fire.
suggest-
I would never allow somebody to do that
Are
shit
you
to me.
okay? I was gonna say, are you?
Well, your hair's a little bit too
No.
close to the scalp.
Hill.
Nah, you ain't getting me.
It's so cool looking though.
Yeah, but I'll watch. You ain't doing that
Yeah.
shit. Get away.
No, I would try that.
Branna, you're sitting there and you realize, with an uncomfortable amount of, realization that entertainment's apparently going to fall on you. And I don't know how Branna feels about that.
He's while they're having while they go back to just chit chatting, he's gonna back out of the room and run to his sister's room and just
She lets you in. She's like,
he runs in, shuts the door. I have to entertain them.
well, you always loved being the center of attention, didn't you?
Haha. What do I do? I mean, I can show them around the basement and how all the clothes are made, but that can only entertain them for so long. And no offense.
Where did you hang out?
Anywhere but in town, honestly.
There's those caves along the coast, and I will say those are shallow caves.
Yeah.
There's not. That you used to go to is quite calming, I guess. I've been there a few times since you've been away. Make an insight check for me.
As I try to convince Octavia that the pixie cut is now in style.
15?
So you kind of pick up a hint of sadness, yeah.
Ronnie does notice that your hair is a little oilier than it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You're like, oh. straight
Oh,
hair
dear.
is weird.
What possibly could be the solution for that? Maybe new hair?
Do you think if I took them on a tour of the city, it would be too distracting, especially if I use this and he holds up the mask?
I think it would be weird to have all strangers in the city.
Good point, good point, good point.
It's probably much safer if you put up with the attention that you draw.
It's a good point. It wouldn't be a bad idea to show them around, though.
I don't think so. They're gonna notice when, Mom and Dad, that's a lot of food.
Yeah.
Especially for the big Yeah.
Oh, all right. So, how fabric's made? Because I'm sure at least one of them will be fascinated by that. Thinking mostly of, like, Ronnie. He doesn't know about anybody else, but he knows Ronnie would probably be like,
Bridget goes, I mean, their clothes are...
I was going to...
They're okay. I mean, I guess the one... The elf seems to have some sort of... Octavia has some sort of something. Her clothes are well made, but most of them...
Hey, Ronnie's pants are very strong linen. Very well made. It's the only thing that is definitely made well.
She might have been distracted by how hot Ronnie is.
That are the caves and the coast, I guess. All right, in the town. That actually should probably come first. Just get that out of the way. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Maybe you could distract them with your cleric friend. He can actually bless things.
Like you seem like.
This moment where it's like you have this weird realization that like you came back with a party that has most of the powers that people assumed you did.
You're right. Thank you. And he does like the cheek kiss and then just leaves.
She just stays in there for a minute like that was weird. Okay. Yes. And then she comes out a minute later and the king is just like, he's been kind of watching and he's like, so. Yes.
I think Azra will try to get Bridget's attention for a second.
Bridget's not hard to pull. It's just like she notices the probably intense, uncomfortable stare. And it's just like, and just follows you.
You mentioned earlier that it sounded like you had some familiarity with magic. Is that right?
In the second-hand sense, I suppose. Like
The O'Malley boy, right?
The O'Malley girl.
Girl. She was the one who went to the academy.
Not everyone makes it. She said there was some drama, but I don't really know.
She did not go to the academy?
No, she did.
She did?
She's not going back. I don't know why.
Oh, interesting. What was her name? I might actually, depending on how the years lined up, I actually might recognize her. Gina O'Malley? Mm-hmm. Would I have known a Gina O'Malley?
Not by name. You weren't very social, and it was a big school.
I know what she looks like because of the detecting thoughts.
She looked familiar.
Okay.
Like, vaguely, like somebody that you kind of, it makes sense to you. If she didn't exude intelligence, you probably didn't have a ton of time for her.
Damn. But true.
Savage.
I mean, you feel free to tell me I'm wrong. But
Especially if she was a younger student.
Oh yeah, she was first year.
Yeah. When I was, I don't know, like junior or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I actually did see her around, but never really chatted with her. Okay, yeah. I was just wondering. Most of the stuff I learned at the academy was practical for a different environment. So I'm finding there are some spells that I know of that I did not include in my spell book.
She's looking at you with like a She doesn't trust you very much. She's just like, sure, different environments. She was so smart with thought. It's kind of surprising.
Why do you doubt that she is smart?
Well, she couldn't hack it.
That might be because she lacks the intelligence. The school can be very rigid in the kind of student it accepts. Perhaps
she shut down when I tried to talk to her about it. She said there was a lot of drama. And fired.
How long ago did she come home?
Probably a couple weeks ago.
A couple of weeks ago. She's in town, then? With her family, I suppose?
Probably.
Hmm.
But she's definitely in town. You don't even have to roll the inside
Yeah.
check. She's just like, this is weird. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, it would hardly be possible for her to be on a date with her yesterday if she wanted to.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't know what your type is, but she's definitely single.
Oh.
Anyway.
I thought you were with her or something.
That was a long shot anyway. It doesn't always work out.
Past tense, then?
No, just date.
Oh.
You know, even in small towns, we have some sort of standards. Like for if we connect with someone.
Wow.
Bridget
I
Savage.
just tracked a few things about you, and she doesn't know exactly what Azra's attitude is about, so she kind of pokes different things.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah. Okay, no, I guess I misinterpreted. I misheard. I thought you were together or something.
No, I need more. Anyway.
You said she was different when she came back.
Sure.
In what way? Is it the way that she was different that made you change your mind about her?
Have you ever been on a date where you just are excited to get there and then excited for it to be over? Like,
Let's roll to see if Azra's been in that situation before. I don't know. Yeah, she's been in this situation.
it's just like sometimes you think there's a lot of possibility and there's just not. All the best to her. Like, maybe she wasn't into me. It wasn't that. But no qualms about her looks. It's like, couldn't have been that. I don't know. Some of us don't like to pry too deep. Magical shortcuts for these kinds of things, but you know, for us plebs.
It just doesn't work out with everybody.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sometimes the what you want to work out is not actually what's going to work out. You know.
Just no spark. Anyway, that's enough about me.
I apologize if I inquired too deeply.
You're fine. I have no problems telling someone to fuck off, so you're good. And then she just kind of walks away.
I think we both spin her heels and just leave after that because we know.
Best part of the game.
It's a very vax, and I walk away.
Yeah.
Like, just done here. And you catch kind of a side glance of appreciation of, like, there's no need to struggle through more of a conversation. But the fact that you both, it's the first moment you've actually had where you sync up a little. In this, like, oh, you also don't want to continue talking if we're done.
Yeah. Azra is going to go to the king right now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, is everybody in the room still talking, I suppose?
I think Ronnie's still just cutting Octavia's hair.
Yeah, chill.
Octavia's being still now because no one's talking, I don't think.
Just got the book up in front of her.
Oh no, Alice probably tried to convince you that the pixie cut is the new hot haircut.
Absolutely.
You're in the part of the book that says, when you hear the answer to a question, think about the answer before you ask your next question. Try and make the questions connect.
Yeah, that's right.
Actually, I think I'm going to go to Branna actually instead. Hey, Branna.
Alright.
Subtle.
You familiar with the O'Malley sister? Was it right? The O'Malley
yeah.
family?
Aye.
Would you mind accompanying me to visit the O'Malleys soon? Today?
Today? I guess. I mean, I had planned to show you guys around town today, so...
Maybe we could just drop by while we're out and about.
Sure. I mean, they are family friends, so it wouldn't be weird.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
I guess I should clue you in on why I've taken an interest in the O'Malley family.
It's probably not just because you think the O'Malley girl's hot.
Well,
She was hot.
she was not my type, but she was. But the main concern is that she was a student from the academy who came home in the past few weeks, and your sister was just telling me that she seems different. You understand how that can be concerning.
Oh, yeah.
So it's in our interest to maybe scope it out a little bit. Just
Yeah. We could probably get Albroth to be a distraction.
yes, yeah. And I'll do my thing, and I'm going to dig, I think.
The good news is she's probably going to be out in town. Because she doesn't just stay out all day. She'll go to the market with her ma. So.
Good, okay. And this is exactly why I came to you. Your insights being here would be appreciated. You may even be able to spot something off, just, on site that would be useful.
Okay, I'll do my best.
Okay.
You pick up loosely that they're talking about the O'Malley girl, and loosely that Azra wants to meet with her. But
I probably heard my name. Was like,
yeah.
will I get caught?
All of
Yeah.
why.
Are you trying to be stealthy about it?
Of course. Wait.
Roll for it.
No! Wait, no! Shit. I have disadvantage on stuff. You really gonna do this?
It's okay.
Oh, how much worse could it be?
I think you got
It's
the
a
same.
3.
You got the same number.
Hold on, but no.
-1. No, it's a
Disadvantage.
+1. It's a +1, Estelle.
My
but I have to
percep-
roll again. So
But it all depends on if his plus to stealth is less than my perception.
that was an 18.
Oh.
What is your total?
And you wasted it.
Oh, my total was 4.
Okay, yeah, I my perception is with my roll of 3 is 9.
So after I turn my head like this, I just gotta look like.
We should have probably rep them into this as well.
Oh yes.
I try to just casually though.
Is
least
is my
casual
sister still out there?
Yeah, she's not really listening, but just.
I mean, it's not a big deal if she hears. It's just.
It's about how long
she
would it take
wasn't
me to
listening.
finish up Octavia's.
I wouldn't just in case you're just in case this is just me being paranoid. Maybe we don't
How much
tell
did
your
you
sister
tell?
yet. I wouldn't want to
Still have
upset
her
her knowing that
How
we're
much
like
did you
digging
tell?
into somebody that she knows.
Octavia's hair's down to her ass, and now it's down to like right above the middle of her back.
Oh, I need that. I need that. hair.
It's that cut off ponytail is Octavia's.
You got
Octavia, what are you going to do with the hat?
Excuse me, everybody.
Pocket.
Your pocket.
Can I have it?
Azra's talking.
With the hat.
Thank you, Octavia.
Azra's talking.
I'm just gonna go talk to my sister and distract her. Not like obviously distract, but go chit chat with my sister.
And I'll motion the king over as well. The O'Malley sister that Branna's sister Bridget was speaking of last night. I was just having a conversation with Bridget, and she was informing me that that the O'Malley sister came home within the past few weeks from the academy with no reasoning as to why she returned home and has quit the academy. And according to Bridget, she seems different.
Do you think she got kicked out?
Do you think she got attacked?
It's like fun.
I think it's possible that the O'Malley sister didn't come home.
He's gonna take my put it on. He's gonna look like her.
Do you believe that to be some deception going on?
We don't know the Oblex's current whereabouts, and we know it can take on the shapes of other people.
Wonderful.
How quickly can you identify if it's the Oblex or not? Sorry, I'm going to scoot up to my microphone.
Yeah.
How quickly can you identify if it's the Oblex?
Still.
Should be very quickly if something is off, I should know pretty much immediately.
The obelisk would know who we are as well, wouldn't it?
It would.
Wouldn't it be best?
Would there be anything for it here? It was staying at the academy because that's where all the wizards are. Wizards have a lot of intellect.
But if it got threatened...
This is a very small town. Even if there's a lot of smart people here, it's unlikely that it's going to have more food than if it just stayed there.
It's unlikely,
true.
but we can't
But it
just
doesn't
leave
have goals,
it.
doesn't it?
This is something that Professor Stroffus and I were discussing, is the possibility that it is pursuing something more than just pure knowledge, pure intellect. It might be looking for something specific. If it thinks that it could find that here in this town, I don't know what it would give that indication, but it would probably extend its reach out here if it could. There's also the possibility, this is not the only shape-shifting creature we know of, there's still the changeling. If it, again, incredibly unlikely, but if it somehow perhaps assumed that this might be a haven for the king, it might be nesting here in waiting.
Is there a reason to assume that anyone would think that this tiny little town is a haven for the king?
I do not know.
The king is like...
I don't think we should go.
No.
That's why we chose it.
Yeah.
The odds seem unlikely. I don't know what danger would choose to make this its home, but just given the circumstances, it seems at least worth investigating quickly.
No.
E-
No, absolutely not.
We have
It does
to.
seem worth
We cannot go
investigating.
seeking this thing out again, not in our current capacity. We can't go after this thing again. No.
We
Annabelle.
don't have a choice.
No.
Branna wants to say something, but
Yeah.
he has to distract the sister.
The king is like, we need to know.
We have to
We
know.
don't have to confront.
We have to know.
No.
No,
No.
your mind reading thing.
hmm
You can do that without people knowing that's what you've done, right?
If I have to dig deeper, they may know, but actually, I don't even know that's true.
They
If,
will
If you
know.
did, yeah.
if they succeed the saving throw, they'll know that I dug in.
Either, I think.
Oh, if you dig in, they'll know no matter what.
This is not safe. No.
Okay.
We cannot do this.
Hold on.
Ronnie takes a quick sip. This is Foley.
If we just change.
Water. Anyway.
If it's not noticeable whenever you skim the top of someone's mind,
hmm
and you'll know right away if something is amiss to the extent that this person is not a human, this is an obelix in disguise,
Or something, yes.
or something, like, you can just find out and get back, right?
Yes.
So, you probably should not be anywhere near such a powerful monster.
He goes, agreed.
I don't necessarily know that I think we should all be there. Because
Some
that's
of us stand
not-
out quite a bit.
Yeah.
If it is the Obelix, though,
If it is the obelix, we need to know that, but we don't want an entire party of people who it's been in combat with. That's not subtle.
No.
You can, like, you have your disguise
I'm not-
The
thing.
king
I'm not there.
goes, He takes
Oh.
off his mask, he tosses it to you, and he says, go and find out. And
No.
we're going to cut off right there.
Okay.
Of course we are.
Just say, you can disguise yourself.
Have a hard out. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We will
Thank
see you
you.
in maybe 2 weeks, I think.
Yep, in
Yeah.
2 weeks.
2 weeks is the 10th, so yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Not quite into
Thank
the
you for
Christmas.
joining us. Follow us. Go check out supercoolnerdshow.com. And yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tune in for a special Christmas episode.
Yeah.
And, like we always say around here,
Keep on nerding.
Oh, wait, no. Oh, God, now it's following me. Oh, God.
Did you put your hand up?
Do not perceive me. This will be interesting. This is up to
play
you,
with the
Kat. If
camera.
an illusion can hide the
Hold on,
mark.
hold on.
Well, I mean, you don't have to tell me. We can figure that out.
Just end the broadcast.
I can't find the.
It's on the right.
Oh, right. That's correct.